Hello, people, and welcome to your Friday show. The Premier League is fucking back, and I can't wait for it. The Zerbi ball is on the menu. We can't wait for it. The Zerbi ball is on the menu. Arne Slot ball is on the menu, of course, with Mohamed Salah on the bench. But Isak is back for Liverpool. Arsenal to extend their lead again, or actually to struggle against Bournemouth. We'll know that. Are Chelsea going to bend over for Manchester City, or are they going to be men and try to win? We're going to discuss all of this, people. You know the drill. Hit the like button, guys, if you guys are. I got a very interesting poll here. I want people to be honest. I want everyone that has joined us, and big up everyone that joined us from the Football Terrace. Hit the like button first. Let's get this show to 200, 300. And if you just joined us, and if you're watching this on the replay, hit that like button first. It helps the channel move to the next viewer. So hit that like button. Actually vote. I want to know what people think about the football knowledge. So hit that like button, vote as well. We got a great panel for you. Look at Jim's studio. Best studio on YouTube, of course. Jim, of course. Also Spurs. Best studio on YouTube. Hit that like button. I am wearing the Chelsea of 2012 shirt of the final in Munich with Drogba scored. If you want to get yours, you know where to go. It's okjersey.com. Use code MHF to get 8%. You know the drill. If you haven't checked them out, you can go and check them out. The great shirts, World Cup shirts as well, dropped. They shipped to a lot of places in the world, so go and check them out. We did 3 giveaways until now. There is 1 left. I got 1 code left for you people for the giveaway. We got Jim. We got Mr. Neil from the Gura Juice, of course, right here ripping Arsenal. We got the best Chelsea supporter on YouTube, Mark, of course, right here. And we got the man himself, Dean. Smile, Habibi. It's all right. Wallahi, life has more to offer than Liverpool. It's all right, bro. It's okay. It's not that bad.
You're trolling already, man.
It's not that bad, bro. It's not that bad. It's not bad. It's a good Friday, bro. Just come on. It's a weekend coming up.
Look at those pictures behind you. You're bloody lucky to support a club.
I had the good old days, eh? Good old days.
Bro, you won 2 league titles in 30 years. It's great for you, bro. Just come on.
Yeah, man.
Gear up. It's good. It's good. Come on. Hit the like button, people. I want to actually start a little bit on Spurs. We're having a discussion about the Zerbi and the demands from the club and what Zerbi. Can the Zerbi take Spurs back to be where they are? Can he save them from relegation first? Does anybody here think that Zerbi can save Spurs from relegation?
Nah, not a chance in hell.
No chance.
No chance.
You guys are, you're crazy.
Why am I crazy? Let's put it like this.
What do you mean?
Yeah?
He's a very good coach. He's better than
I'm not
you,
saying,
coach.
hold on, relax, man. I'm a big fan of the Zerbi, firstly. Yeah, I like him. If they manage to get him at the beginning of the season, I am sure that they will not be in the position that they are now. However, if you have a look, I gave Neil a stat and he was shocked by it. And I said, if you have a look at De Zerbi's first 5 games for Brighton, he didn't win any of them. He lost 3 of them and drew 2 of them, which means he's the type of manager where his players need to take a little bit of time to adapt to his style, adapt to his philosophy. I don't think that's enough time. I think they've got like, 7 finals left. I think it's the wrong move, to be honest. But that's not to say I take anything away from him as a manager. I'm a big fan of him. If he came, he would take over Rosenior any day, no problem. But the job is to keep them up. And I don't think he's going to do that.
But Mark, can he get 5 points from 7 games?
We discussed this.
Can he? That's what's going to boil down. Can he get 5 or 6 points from 7 games? Because that's enough.
Okay, let me ask you this. If it was Brighton, the first 5 games, would he have... He lost 3 of them, drew 2 of them. That's 2 points. I think they've got 1 game left. So can I say he can do it? He can do it. Am I going to believe that based on history... Probably not, but I like him. I like him. Even last season he finished second in Marseille. It's great.
Yeah, as you say, all that is correct. If you look at the history of how he's come into clubs, his philosophy takes a while to bed in. It's all about really tight triangles, one-touch football, baiting the press. There's loads of things that go into that, and it's all about automations as well. So just like Conte was, really overly practicing things until they become second nature, and that takes a while to bed in. Mm-hmm. What I wouldn't expect anyone else, who doesn't follow Spurs as a devout Spurs fan to know is what he's done to ensure we aren't impacted by that as heavily. So he's spoken, and it's only coming out today, right? He said, I've only brought 2 staff with me out instead of a possible 8 because I don't have time to implement my philosophy or system here. I've only got one job, getting Spurs back to playing the right fundamentals of football. And next season, I'll implement my philosophy. So it'll be interesting to see, can he pull that off with a tiny coaching staff? He thinks Spurs' issues are more, he spoke about today, they're mental more than anything else. A team that's come 17th last year is in a relegation side this year, hasn't won a home game in 100 days, is it? We've, got a squad who, injury-wise, has the most players out ever in Premier League history combined already, and we've still got 6 games to go. Like it's crazy all those things that have psychologically really hit the squad for 6 psychologically, and a lot don't want to be here next season. That's another thing. So not everyone's bothered about this fight. Some players are going, well, I'm probably going to leave next year anyway. So he's just saying that this is all about psychological management now and simplifying Tottenham and undoing a lot of the complexities that were put in with Thomas Frank, both mentally and on the training pitch, that I think have contributed to some of the issues. So yeah, it will be interesting to see if he pulls it off because he doesn't have any fit wingers in the squad apart from Matisse Tell, who prefers to play as a number 9. It's a big job. It's certainly improved Spurs' chances. I'd say it's gone from me feeling as if we're more likely to go down than not based on form to we're slightly more likely to stay up than go down now. But still, look, Spurs could be in the bottom 3 tonight. West Ham win. We were in the bottom 3. They just have to be.
I think that we were talking before the show about the demands from the Spurs fans about Daniel Levy and all the culture. I think the culture at the club is not the greatest one. Is shocking, but also the demands of Spurs. People think that Spurs are a big club that should be winning titles because they have money. That they should be challenging for Champions Leagues and a league title stuff. And I think Spurs are actually as big as Everton, Villa probably. With all due respect to Spurs, people put demands on Spurs because of the player they had. Because of we were talking about, yes, when you have the 2 starting centre-back for Belgium and the starting goalkeeper for France and the right-back of England and Kyle Walker and Danny Rose and Kieran Trippier and, like Wanyama and, Dembele Modric, and all these guys and Harry Kane. Yeah.
Van der Vaart,
you think, this team must win the league. But it doesn't work like this. No. That's not how football works.
I still think that, I wouldn't say that then. It's only the last few seasons.
How many times you've seen in your life Spurs win even a title?
Never.
Yeah, no, but you specifically said, Mo, that they're not a big club because they don't challenge for the Champions League. Right? They do. For the last 20 years, maybe once or twice. Yeah, but they've always been about there challenging for Champions League spot, bar the last few years.
By the way, I was talking to Jim about this. When I first started watching the Premier League in 2000, like actually watching the games and following the whole season, in 2002, 2003, Spurs were not even in the picture in terms of like the teams that it was basically, I told Jim about this, it's called the Everton Cup. Whoever finishes fifth is the Everton Cup, right? And it wasn't Spurs. It was
But around
Everton's.
that time, there was no top 5 or top 6.
There
only
was.
a top 4. There was only a top 4.
But exactly. When your club came in, it was only the top 4 clubs that are demanded to win titles. And the rest are like, okay, whoever gets fifth, they basically won their league. When whoever gets fifth, they won the league.
Everton.
And then Spurs got Bale and Modric, and they reached the quarterfinal of the Champions League. I remember when they beat Milan or something like this. And then people started demanding Spurs to win the title. And I'm like, the title? What title? It's similar if people are demanding Emery to win the title with Aston Villa. That's a big ask. That's a big arm.
But you can't put Tottenham in the same
maybe
level
like
as
one or
Everton.
two people are demanding it. I don't know how many.
Everton have won more league titles than Spurs.
Who is demanding Tottenham to win a league?
Exactly.
A lot of people, once you put them in the big 6 category, you're basically saying that you should be challenging for titles and Champions League and winning the league. Aren't Chelsea being asked to win the league? Aren't Arsenal being asked to win the league? Aren't Man United being asked to win the league? Their long-term plan should be winning the league. I don't think that Spurs' long-term plan should be winning the league. I know they have the money and everything, but the long-term plan should be step by step. I think their long-term plan should be similar to Everton or Villa. I don't think their long-term plan should be, by 2028, like Chelsea's plan, 2027, let's challenge for the league. Man United, 2028, let's win the league. I don't think that anybody should sit here, with all due respect to Spurs fans, should be sitting here and saying, yeah, by 2028, Spurs should win the league. Based on what? When is the last time you've seen Spurs win the league?
But in 10 years, right, 3 teams have won it. It's such a difficult. As I look at the Premier League, there are not many teams have actually been the big club winning it. It was Man United's world pretty much up until 2002.
Is he frozen?
Am I frozen?
Yeah, you're back.
No, you're good.
I'm back.
You're back now.
Sorry. So what I was saying is, it's only ever really been 3 or 4 teams world the Premier League. Like it was Man United's from like 92 up to 2000. Then Arsenal, it kind of became an Arsenal-Man United league for a little bit, and Arsenal got their titles. It became Arsenal's world of the Invincibles for a short period of time. And then Chelsea come into it with the money, and it kind of becomes Chelsea's world. They sign that shirt is an iconic example of an era where you think of Chelsea and Drogba and Makelele and all these incredible players there, and the Champions League wins. And then Man City obviously explode into what they are and just take everything from everyone. And Liverpool and Klopp come back and somehow manage to wrestle a title off that side. But really, no one's actually ever really disrupted that status quo. Man United disrupted themselves, really, by falling off, largely. This is where Spurs you put the big 6 all together. I think there's really a big 2, like it was, and then there's kind of a 2 after that, and then there's a 2 after that. I kind of think it's like in like doubles, but Spurs have never really been, in my head, up there with Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea in most people's minds. They've just been a frustrating annoyance for neutrals in some ways because they came in. Villa and Everton fans dislike that. I think a club of our size gets a lot more media attention than them, despite them seeing their clubs as a similar size, because they are. And then the teams above us kind of like us being there because we're a bit of a meme. They're bigger than us. They win more than us. You know, it's still a big occasion, a derby, but we're always going to come out the losers on that, so we can be made out to be the bottle jobs. But I think we've done brilliantly as a club to bridge that gap and even get into those conversations. And Spurs just haven't found out how they can go on to that next step. And as we said before, the biggest asset in getting them there was Daniel Levy's long-term financial planning, how he got the club to the size it is. Now Spurs have got rid of him. All the construction projects have stopped. The big hotels they're building to get more revenue and all that stuff all stopped. And now you've got people who have never run a football club before, just absolutely wasting the legacy that's been built up financially. And we're just in a bit of free fall at the moment. And I think, but I don't really see us ever as by most people, no one would really say on here, I don't think we were ever a Liverpool, Chelsea or City of that side. We win Europa Leagues. You know, Spurs have won 2 of those. We packed out the Tottenham High Road with 100,000 fans over a Europa League trophy. No other fan base on this call would do that because to them, a Europa League isn't something that's like, whoa, we just won a European trophy. They're going, I'll do it for the Champions League, but Europa League, we'll do a bus parade and, 20,000 fans will turn up for that. But
so
I think
Jim,
to us,
over the past 2 decades, 20 years, you agree with Mo? You've never considered yourself a top 5, top 6 team. Is that right?
I'd say I consider us a top 6 team, just not a top 2 or 3 team. I've never thought Spurs.
No one's saying that, but a top 6 team at some point you have thought that.
Yeah, definitely.
I agree with you then. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, definitely.
But the thing is, I agree as well because obviously I'm older than a lot of people. I've always seen Tottenham, especially under Harry Redknapp.
I don't think, Dean, you are older than the rest of the panel. By the way.
I'm older. No, I hear it. I get it all the time. Old man thing. But
no, you're not as old as the rest of this panel.
You're not as old as me, bro.
You're not.
I'm not into ages yet.
You didn't realize this is some of the oldest panels on YouTube.
Mo, stop labouring the point, innit? Move it on.
I'll tell you how old I am. I thought John Barnes played football. Yeah, that's all you need to know. I didn't watch it on video, watched it live. But
bro, Mark,
I've always seen
Mark saw John Barnes being born, mate.
There's no need for that, Neil.
You're going too far. You got too far. But yeah, Tottenham's always been entertainment, never really challenged, but they've always been a good footballing club. Always well run, always respectable. That's how I've always seen Tottenham. They tried to bridge the gap, and now they've got rid of the guy that's been trying to bridge the gap for them. And
that's why, for me, Daniel Levy. We're talking about Daniel Levy. People say Daniel Levy is the reason why Spurs haven't won. No, Daniel Levy is the reason why you support Spurs from outside the UK. If there was no Daniel Levy, you would never have supported Spurs from outside the UK. You would have never even heard of, let me support that club from North London. With all due respect, isn't he the one that got Pochettino? And he was the one that built all this foundation that got you these players and got you in a Champions League final and got you in a Champions League quarter final. He is the guy who did this. You know what I mean? So for me, people say Daniel Levy is... Yeah, he should have maybe taken the next level. Maybe. But he got you here. He's the one who built this club to be where it is now. Because people think it's their right that now we should be winning the titles. Number one, you don't have the Man City financials. You actually don't have Man City's pull with a Pep Guardiola because you don't have a Pep Guardiola to attract the best players in the world. And the culture at the club is not like, we must win the Premier League or the Champions League. No,
who said that? Who said that they should win?
A lot of people are saying that Spurs should be winning
Call
titles.
Them out.
People on YouTube.
Okay, no one said that.
Okay, hear me out.
It's a
I'm going to tell you, Jim.
Okay,
let me put Jim on the spot. A lot of Spurs YouTubers and a lot of Spurs fans, when Spurs were close, they were saying, we should take the next level to be able to challenge for the title. The word challenge for the title means they want to win. That is the definition of they want to win the title.
They did, before Jim comes in, they did challenge for title back-to-back seasons.
Once or twice,
I know. 2016, I know there's finished third in a 2-horse race, whatever. But they were the main title challengers, let's be honest. And they were also the main title challengers 2017. So I suppose if you're back-to-back challenging, you probably would, as a fan base, expect to title challenge, right?
Yeah, it was more when it was more when we got there, rather than fans going, not everyone, but a lot of the fans, rather than going, wow, this is amazing, we're overachieving, let's soak it in for what it is, and let's try just squeeze that last little bit to get a title. Now, when it filtered off and Spurs fell not even that far, we still were qualifying for the Champions League after that kind of started to drop off. People were saying and acting like that is our normal level we should be staying at. And now top 4 on a trophy is the minimum expectation going into every season. And then every season you're just completely underwhelmed because top 4 on a trophy is an incredible season. Not many clubs finish in the top 4 and win a trophy, yet that became the standard expectation of every season. In a weird way, if Spurs survive this year and don't go down, I think this whole reality check of the last 2 years has been going to be actually refreshing for being able to just enjoy the club playing good football and slowly climbing up to the table and going back to what we were a bit before. And I really hope Spurs go back to challenging for a title and things like that. But You can't go in when you just look. You've got to look at what's around you and not just be overly insular, focusing on yourself. For Spurs to win a title, they've got to beat a club like Liverpool, which is 5 times the fan base. Man United, 5 times the fan base, double the revenue. City, infinite wealth. Chelsea, bigger fan base. They've got a history of winning all those trophies in recent years. I know their ownership's it's different now. So maybe Spurs and Chelsea are both trying to figure out this journey on how on earth you get back to fighting for those things. And Spurs have got so much to overcome. Villa, who are, flying up now and growing. I think the Spurs' best bet is to do what Villa have done and almost build around who their Emery is. Who's going to be that guy they're going to build around? Because they need to build it around a figurehead. And they need to give someone complete control now who actually knows football, knows what to do. And Villa's model is very different to everyone else's, right? Liverpool have got a really well-structured club internally. Everything's been kind of left in this nice structure by Klopp. But Villa just took a different approach. Give Emery the keys. He's a really good manager, and he'll get us the results. I think Spurs are kind of...
I think the Zerbi is going to take you to the same place, though. If people stop, if you stay in the Premier League this season, if you give the Zerbi the tools, he will get you to the top 5, top 6, maybe 7th, maybe 8th 1 year. You will be there. The problem is gonna be, Habibi, the problem with Spurs is fall out with the fans. Forget the board even.
He'll fall out with whoever he needs to fall out with. That's the problem.
This is the cycle. If the manager gets them 5th next season, let's imagine that they get 5th or 6th next season. They play Europa League or something. And then the season after, if they finish 7th or 8th, fans are saying, you took us backwards. You need to be fired. We need a better manager. We need Jurgen Klopp. We need Pep. That's what the fans do, right? They're never content, Spurs fans, with what they have. They're never content. Listen, we are on with Spurs fans on groups, right? On the football terrace. They're not content. No. They weren't happy when they were 7th. They thought that 3rd or 4th is their right. We need to be 3rd or 4th. And I get you. Spurs players aren't as bad. On paper, actually, Spurs players aren't as bad. So like I said that many times before, right? They have a lot of international players. A lot, right? But it's the culture of the club. I don't think the club, it's not going to be, let's actually get 4th or 3rd right away. It will be step by step. I need to build it. And I don't think I have the finances, actually.
It's like any company, though, Mo. It's like Daniel Levy came in, he didn't even, everyone says he bought the club. ENIC bought Tottenham Hotspur, and he was 1/3 of it. So you've got a guy who's earning a lot of money, but back then earning, a 6-figure salary, but he's not making millions a year. So he's not in the same ballpark as other people buying football clubs. He gets put in charge of it and grows it from £24 million valuation to £3.5 billion in 20 years. That is incredible. But like a lot of people who do amazing startup companies, it hits a certain size and a threshold, and they just don't know how to take it to that next point. It outgrows the founder, it outgrows that thing. But he wasn't a part of the culture. He was the culture. It was his world. Every employee there went through him. Every vision was set by him. Every player we bought went through his approval. Everything was him. It was his world. It was his whole structure, his baby. You rip that out, the culture and soul of that is gone. Now, no one really knows what Spurs stand for now. Our motto is, to dare is to do. And the whole phrase Spurs says, in defeat, there will always be an echo of glory, because we always had that attacking teams that would lose 4-3 or win 5-4. All of that is gone now. Like, we're appointing people like Thomas Frank, who just completely go against that whole culture and who we are. So we've lost that whole soul and identity. And I think right now, if you look at Spurs, who is the figurehead of Spurs? Vinay Venkatesham? Like, Arsenal fans will be sniggering, like, I can't believe you've got, like, the guy who brokered sponsorship deals for us running your whole club. But it's like, we just don't have an identity anymore. It's just, I can't think of who's the figurehead of Spurs.
Is that true? Daniel Levy was only on 6 figures.
When he first bought Spurs, he must have been, because his salary at the end was about £3 million a year. By the very end, once he'd grown us to a £600 million a year revenue company. And when he bought us, the valuation of the whole thing was £24 million. So he wouldn't have been on millions.
But you said that he's
salaries.
taken you to 3.5 billion. So after 3.5, so on the way to 3.5 billion, he's only paid himself 6 figures.
So no, what I'm saying is his salary when he was first working for ENIC, was some kind of 6-figure number. Now it is in the millions, right? Now it's £2 or £3 million a year. But even then,
that makes sense.
The reason Daniel Levy always comes up as the highest paid chairman is because this is his only income. This is his job. Todd Boehly doesn't make his money from his Chelsea salary. He makes it from Clear Lake.
Correct.
John Henry doesn't get his from Liverpool. This Sheikh Mansour does not get his from, like, he does his for free. Like, Daniel Levy is a very different operator. He is an employee. It's his full-time job. He earns £3 million a year doing it. And the big payday is when Spurs sell, he gets 30% of the equity. That's what he was working towards. So it's so misleading when people go, oh, he's so highly paid and that. He's probably one of the poorest, none of them poor, one of the lower wealth valued owners just on pure income and how much he makes.
Yeah.
But then you say he owns 30% of Spurs, and you can go, well, that means he's worth 30% of $3.5 billion. But that's not really his cash balance, is it?
Fair enough.
Before Mo moves us along, I didn't even get your take on Zerbi. Like, are you happy with that? And do you think that he can do the job for you, keeping you up?
I think if he went to, I think if we hadn't got him and Chelsea or Newcastle had moved on from their managers, I think one of those clubs would have taken him on. I think he would now. Yeah, I think he's by far the best option that was available to Spurs. Like, by far the best, highest standard coach. I mean, we were comparing between Harry Redknapp, Roberto De Zerbi, Gus Poyet. Like, the list was getting pretty
Sean Dyche as well.
Sean Dyche.
Sean Dyche.
Yeah. Like, when you end up with De Zerbi, you've got to just say, okay, you know, from the level we are, I think from facing relegation in that position, you're actually punching above your weight to get someone like him right now. I think he's brave taking it, because if he might have to be going away to Macclesfield, you know, next season. Like, to get a manager like that to join now, I think was the best we could have hoped for.
He trusts himself to actually get you out of the relegation. That's what I think, to be honest. Moving on to Liverpool. Top 5. What? You got Isak back.
Don't matter.
Right?
Yay.
Why it don't matter? It matters. Wallahi, it matters. Why does it matter?
We got Wirtz, we got Van Dijk, we got Salah, we got all these players here already. It doesn't matter if you ain't got no manager that can work with these players. We got Isak. What's Isak going to do? What's he going to do? Is he going to turn?
He's going to get you top 5. You need to make Champions League football.
Top 5. He gets top 5. What's he going to do next week when we got to play PSG? Is he going to do anything for that game? You got knocked out, bro. You're not going that. See, that's what I'm saying. We just ripped the season off. Then we just wrote the season off. We could have had someone else in before this game happened, and we could have given us some sort of hope. Now,
you think even with a different manager, you think if Xabi Alonso came in, you had a chance to actually get to Champions League, win the Champions League?
I'd had some belief. I had no belief that we could do. I'm watching this game as an underdog, as a small club mentality, watching the game, trying to play long ball, trying to get long throws, trying to do everything just to stay in the game. I'm not even trying to score a goal. I'm just trying to stay in the game. That's how the manager's got me thinking that we're inferior to PSG. I want a different mentality. He's changed my mentality. It's making us feel like we're a small club. How he always wax lyrical about PSG. Every team he plays against, he plays this. Oh, they're that good. That. We're Liverpool. Who are PSG? He talks like we're the smallest club in the world. Give me a manager will make me believe like what Klopp done. He turned us into doubters to believers. Yeah? Now, we don't believe nothing. Even top 5 is too good for us. I don't know. He's killing us. Seriously, man.
Well, he's staying next year, so embrace yourself.
No, I don't believe that. I don't believe none of that rubbish. I don't believe none of that rubbish.
If you get Champions League, he's going to stay.
I don't believe that. Is
that what the rumours are, Mo? Is that
yeah.
That's the rumours. Okay. That's the rumours, bro.
That's insane.
You can't have a review.
That's
but you can't have a review at the end of the season.
I'll throw him in the bin. Straight in the bin.
Yeah, but you review the end of the season. Yeah, you have your review. Yeah, what on earth can be said? I know you're going to say the Jota, injuries, new players, but what really? How can you go from winning the league to this? What we are watching every week, every capitulation during the season we've seen some horrendous 3-0 at home to Nottingham Forest, 4-1 at home to PSV. Come on, we can't go through this next season because I can't see a way he turns it around. He doesn't know how to turn this around. Like, he's tried, and the thing is, I'm not even knocking him because he's tried everything. He has tried every single thing and nothing works. Nothing works. So the next thing you got to do is get rid of the manager. It's as simple as that. Like,
I think the players are not. The players are not. I think the players are not as good as what you guys think. Actually, they are not. They're not bad, but I don't think they are as good as you guys.
They're not this bad though.
They're not this bad. I agree. Not this bad. They're not.
See?
By the way, people that keep asking about that Chelsea shirt, guys, it's an advertisement for the sponsorship. And Melanie is asking if I would wear a Man United shirt. You put a price on it, Melanie, and I got them. The United shirt has been sent to me. Melanie, you put a price on it. I'll let the chat decide the price on it. I'll take the Chelsea shirt off and I'll wear the Man United. I don't care. As long as it's not
$2.
$2. $2. You think $2. You think the Man United? You see the Chelsea?
Don't make me be generous. Don't make me be generous.
No. Listen. The Chelsea fan thinks that taking off his shirt is worth $2. That's what he thinks about his shirt.
Don't even try to twist it.
Have some pride.
No. Don't even try to twist it.
Have some pride, you fraud.
No.
Anyway,
fuck you.
have some pride about your shirt. I'm wearing your club shirt, and you're saying, dude, that's
it looks fucking stupid on you. You don't
looks good.
To wear that shirt.
Definitely looks better than what it looks on you. 100%. Well, you're not wearing one then.
I can put one on, isn't it, if you want me to.
Anyway, I don't have a Bayern shirt, Mina, to be honest. For Liverpool, Salah is gone. Is Ekitike as good as what we thought? McAllister. Yeah. I've seen people tell me that McAllister must go. And Gravenich must not be a starter.
Mo, you're going to go through the Liverpool players that you don't rate, but just stop on Ekitike for a sec. Yeah, what is everyone's consensus? Are we saying he's top drawer or what?
He's top drawer. It's had bad second half of the season. Yeah.
It's class.
We don't know what he is. He's been good in parts of the season, he's looked like on Wednesday. He was the worst man on the pitch. That when you need someone to hold the ball up, he's trying to do all these flicks, and I can't stand that. We're under pressure. Hold the ball and just let us get up the pitch. He's trying flicks. We're losing the ball. He's a young player. He's got a lot to learn, man. That he's playing in the wrong system. I just don't think this manager knows how to use it.
I'd have him instead of Gyökeres and Sesko.
Listen, I hear it. Put him in a different team. He cooks. Yeah. In this team right now, Liverpool, I think we'll do better with Gyökeres. Someone that can at least hold the ball against teams. Now, right now, the way we play, we don't know how to use him.
So you'd rather have Gyökeres than Ekitike in your side?
No, I would never. No way would I rather.
Did you just say that?
No. I said right now against the PSG game. In the PSG game, I needed someone just to hold the ball, which he wasn't doing. But
if you put him in Arsenal's side, he'd score 20+ goals in a season.
See,
but then it's just a classic case of when a team's not functioning, and like you said, maybe it is fair to put it on the manager a bit because it's the system that's failing the players a bit. Partially.
Right, he gets
everyone's worse.
Jimbo, you say that, but he gets chances at Liverpool. Like you can't say true. I mean, you're saying 20+ goals if he was at Arsenal. Like, what's the criticism leveled at us? We don't create any chances. If a set piece FC, well, if we are set piece FC, we ain't looking for him for corners.
Yeah, it's true.
We're looking at Gabby, aren't we?
Why are you guys assuming?
We don't create chances.
Why are you guys assuming?
You do create.
Okay, so I actually think it needs a better system for the players to shine, but also it doesn't help that Thierry Henry was talking about this after the PSG game. He's saying, yes, Arne Slot is not having a good system, but also last season they won the league because Van Dijk was great, Gravenberch was fantastic, Salah was bailing him out. Salah was bailing out Liverpool in a lot of games. Liverpool were playing good. I'm not going to deny that. Trent, Gravenberch, McAllister was playing good, Szoboszlai. But now you don't have the forward to bail you out. Before PSG scored, after PSG were 1-0, Liverpool had 2 chances that if this was Liverpool of last season, with Salah is at the end of this, it would have been 1-1. And we had a completely different way of thinking about the game. Yes, Arne Slot is not as good, but also the players, some of them are literally making simple mistakes like Kvaratskhelia. How is Kvaratskhelia dribbling past Konate, who's had a great season last season? Suddenly he's shook. Me and Osam always talk about this, and I know he's in the chat and he's kind of having fun in the chat. I know it's the mental preparation. The mental preparation is a massive part of football matches. if 11 players are playing bad, it's not only on it's on the manager, the assistant manager, the psychologist, and all of these guys cannot get these players to play even up to 50% of their ability. But I think that the senior players must take responsibility a little bit, must play better, because Arne Slot is not going to shoot for Ekitike. Arne Slot is not going to pass for Robertson. It's not going to pass for the Van Dijk. It's not going to stand for Konate. And I think some of the players need to take responsibility of what is going on the pitch. Like, don't tell me that Salah's chance against Man City, that is not on Arne Slot. That is on Salah.
No,
Ekitike in front of the goal in PSG was 3-4 months ago. Ekitike should have put that at least on target, should make the goalkeeper work. He didn't even hit the freaking target. That's not on Arne Slot. What's on Arne Slot is Wirtz dribbling and not finding a pass. It's Gravenberch dribbling and not finding. That's positioning on the pitch. That's tactics, yes. But I think also it's a mix of both. If Slot is going to take 70% of the blame or 80%, there's 20% of some of the players are completely not delivering. Some of the players are absolutely not delivering anything on the pitch. Salah, how many times? And I know I'm hard on Salah even though I'm Egyptian. I saw a couple of Salah sees the pass, but he can't execute. Words sometimes it's too slow. Someone is asking me, which is thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate you, my friend Water. Mo, how are you going to say that about Liverpool players when we clearly see them doing wonders for their national teams, but when they play for Liverpool, they are cheeks? We know the issue. Number one, I swear to God, I was talking about this yesterday with my mates after the football match about Wirtz in particular, right? In Germany, number one, your level, Germany versus the teams you play are much higher, right? Than the level in the Premier League or PSG. So you have more spaces, you have more time when you play for Germany than when you play in the Premier League. When you play against a PSG, you don't have that much time to think, adjust, take the shot. You need to think quicker. You don't have that much spaces. That doesn't happen. Ekitike looks good for France, yes, but you're playing with Mbappe and also who you're playing against. In the Premier League, in the Champions League, you don't have that much time. I get Arne Slot is shit. He needs to go. But some people talk with me like it's guaranteed that if Xabi Alonso comes in for Liverpool, it's the paradise again. And we're winning the league again. That's not how it works. That's not how it works.
Well, you got to look at it. You got to look at it, Ismail, yeah? You see how we play, yeah? When Wirtz gets the ball, he's got the ball, he's trying to dribble. No little players are moving. No one's moving. No one moves through. When you see him play for Germany, people are moving off the ball. He's got options. When you're all playing, there's no options. The players are hiding. No one wants the ball. Like, the system doesn't work. Like,
yeah, I know. I'm not saying that the system works, Dean.
I know, but look at Salah. Salah's never been clinical. Salah will have 4 or 5 chances, score 1 or 2 of them, yeah? Now, he gets 1 chance a game. He might get 1 chance. He might not get a chance a game. And then we expect him to score that 1 chance. Like, before Salah's always missed chances. We've always cussed Salah for missing chances, but he still ends up getting a goal because he'll get another chance. Now, we create 1 chance, we miss it, that's it for the rest of the game. No more chances. That's how we play. We do not create chances. We don't make triangles. We don't do nothing.
You don't. I know.
This is the problem. This is why the players look dead for us. And look, when they go and play for the national teams, they look brilliant. And they come back here and we play slow, method. So the football's just terrible.
So can I ask you something, Dean? And I want to ask everything to the panel, Ryan. Liverpool get Champions League. Okay? They sack Arne Slot. And they hire Xabi Alonso. What are your expectations? And they have a good transfer window, right? A good one. I'm not saying 450 million, Isak and all this. What should be the expectations on the team?
You're asking that, everyone.
Anybody can answer.
They need to challenge, in my opinion.
It depends what he fixes, though, doesn't he? It depends where he fixes.
That's the key, because Mo's talking about, they're gonna revamp, but not a big revamp.
I mean, so they get Diamonde. You maybe get up.
Who's that right back? Who starts at right back next season?
Frimpong, if Alonso's there.
They got a left back, but we know that Kirkis is the starter. Konate, if Konate renews, as the reports are saying, it will be Van Dijk and Konate. Leone is going to be back, you know.
You've got Jackson
So-
coming in.
They're going to get... Hussam is saying that they're targeting Adam Wharton. I believe Hussam,
I don't want him.
he's not
I
waffling.
don't want him.
Right?
I don't want him.
I don't think that Liverpool need an Adam Wharton unless they get rid of McAllister and they play Adam Wharton is the dictator, and they need a DM.
Yeah.
If they don't get a DM, might be a problem. But if you look at this, what are the expectations? I don't know actually.
Get
That- what you
Elise,
just said
get Elise,
there, depends what players we get.
and they challenge, bro. Get Elise.
If we get a DM, we challenge. If we
Play
get a DM,
Frimpong at your right back if that's the way you're going to play, or you're going to play him as a right wing back. I don't know. Sort out your right back situation. Try and keep Alisson fit for more than 5 games in a row.
Alisson's
Get
finished.
Elise,
Alisson's
and then
finished.
bro, best number 2 in the league, in the world.
We can't keep him. We can't keep.
Can't stay fit.
Oh,
Bro, he's the
he can't
keeper.
stay
He
fit.
can't stay fit.
I'm
So
gonna
Alisson
tell you guys
can't stay
something.
fit.
If Alisson leaves, I'm watching Marshvili. I don't think he's a good goalkeeper.
He's not.
He's not.
No,
to
he's
be honest with you, I don't think he's a good goalkeeper.
He's not.
Maybe
I haven't
he
seen
can
nothing
prove
from
us
him.
wrong next season. But I'm watching him now. He's an okay goalkeeper.
He can't kick. He can't kick. He can't I've got no faith. Don't get me wrong. I know he's a good goalkeeper, but I haven't got no faith in him being Liverpool's number 1. I haven't got no faith in him. I think we need a proper number 1 because Alisson ain't gonna stay fit. Every season he's out for 2 or 3 months, and it's not gonna get no better.
Pick up Jim.
So yeah, I reckon.
Thank you, Jim.
If we get
See you guys. Sorry I have to jump early.
See you, Jim.
See you guys. Have a good one. Bye
See
bye.
you.
Much love.
See you, mate.
Bye.
easy. Yeah, if we get a DM, 2 wingers, Alonso, I think we challenge. We might fall short, might come third or second, but
What
Yeah,
wingers
get the
you
right
getting,
players.
my man? We always have debates. We've got a few mates in our circle that are Liverpool fans. Yeah.
Mhm.
What wingers are you getting? Obviously, of course, you want like the Elises of this world, but
we ain't getting
realistically,
Elise. We ain't
of
getting
course you're not.
Elise.
Exactly
Don't
right.
make
But
sense.
everyone's exactly. But people are like, okay, yeah, give me Elise. I'd love Elise. Just
don't
like
make
it's
no
that easy.
sense.
Like it's easy, right?
It
Exactly.
doesn't make no sense getting Elise. How?
Exactly. So who are you gonna bring in?
I'll give it him Monday. Fair enough. He looks decent. I can't say I've watched every game of him. I've seen a bit of him, a bit of highlights. I've seen a bit of him. He looks decent. Looks like he can play both wings. I'm seeing Conceição's on. He's available. But yeah, we've got a young Rio there. Give him a few minutes, see what happens with him. And me personally, I know Chiesa. I don't really rate Chiesa like that. But have him as a backup and he can come as impact player. I don't think we're crazy off. Like, we get a DM, sort it out, the right manager, put some confidence in these players. Rotted. Yeah, I think we'll be all right. I don't think we're far off. I just think the players' standards have dropped so far down, we are looking at such a bad view. If we get a new manager, new voice, couple new players.
How
I reckon we'll do it.
important for you to get Champions League this season? What do you think about the Champions League chances of you getting Champions League this season? Getting 5th. You
I
play
don't think
Fulham.
it's
You play Fulham at home. I can't trust Liverpool to win this game. I told Hussam this. I told him I don't even trust Liverpool to win that game against Fulham. I can't sit here and guarantee that Liverpool will win against Fulham.
Nor can I. My manager hasn't beaten before. My manager hasn't beat Fulham since he's done it. So how can I go out there thinking, yeah, it's a 3 points? It's not. We've been beaten by Nottingham Forest. We didn't beat Tottenham the other day. Tottenham had 9 players available and we couldn't beat them at home. Yeah, and so Fulham are a good team. When I'm watching Fulham, I'm thinking, oh, they've got identity. They can score goals. They can defend. All the things that we haven't got. So there's no guarantee we win that game because Anfield's not no fortress no more. So any team can rock up there and get points now. So I'm not confident.
It depends what Chelsea do against Man City, to be honest with you. If Chelsea get points, I think if Chelsea get points against Man City, one of you or Aston Villa will miss out. I know that Chelsea have to go to Man United away and all the stuff, but I think Liverpool will struggle if you don't win against Fulham. If you don't win against Fulham on Saturday, tomorrow, it's going to be tough. Would you start Salah again?
Would I start Salah? Yeah. Because What else is there? I don't understand.
Exactly.
What else is there to play? There's no one
You
else.
just said it. Play Rio. Why
No,
can't you
ain't
do
gonna
that?
play Rio on the right hand side. You ain't gonna play Rio on the right.
And
But the
your
last
manager
game
might
that,
play
that
Isak and
Salah
Ekitike.
played, the last
Mhm.
game that Salah played, he was so bad.
Put him.
They were
put him
scared to
close
take him off
goal.
because he was going to get insanely booed.
Put him
They
close to
had to
goal,
keep
man.
him on.
Salah is
Yeah, but
never
put him-
gonna get bored.
Put him close to goal, man. Put him close
He
to the
should
goal. Don't put him on the right wing. Like you're destroying a 34-year-old playing on the right wing
Listen,
in the Premiership. Don't make no sense.
The thing is, the main reason why you play Mo Salah is you've got 6 or 7 games left to the end of the season. And even a washed up Mo Salah with a terrible first touch, who looks like a lot of his attributes have gone, he can still provide you moments. And moments are what you need to win some games now. Because if you don't play Mo Salah, who do you play that's going to have the who we
Ekitike
know
and
has the
Isak
capability
together.
of providing a moment? Okay, so how are you lining up against Fulham then, Mo? You're
Yeah.
going Ekitike and Isak together, and then what?
Then what? I don't know what.
I'm
I don't know
gonna
what
tell
we're
you,
arguing.
he might not have to have wingers. He might play Ekitike, Verts behind Isak, and play the 3 midfielders, suppose like Gravenberch, McAllister. That's what he should. In my opinion, Salah. If Salah starts, I think he should be able to get like a little bit of something from Isak and Ekitike together. I would start them together. I wouldn't
So when
start
you playing
Gakpo.
Salah,
I wouldn't
what-
start.
You're
I wouldn't
starting
play
all
Who's
three.
playing
Salah.
Salah?
You
I
wouldn't.
am
Where's
not
Salah
playing
playing?
Salah.
Where's
I am
Salah
not playing
playing?
him.
Where's he playing?
I wouldn't. I wouldn't play Salah. I wouldn't.
Oh, you won't play him. Okay.
No, I wouldn't play Salah. For me, I
Neil,
wouldn't
you
play
would.
Salah.
You'd play him, and you talked about he's going to give you a moment. But I would ask you, when's the last time he gave you a moment or gave Liverpool a moment?
Listen, I don't watch Liverpool. Well, I do watch Liverpool quite a lot, but not necessarily week in, week out. But I've seen enough. Even this season, he's provided some moments in the Champions League. He's picked up some goals. Didn't he score an important goal for opening game of the season? He scored an important goal in the Champions League for them in the group stages.
This is time ago, Neil.
No, but that's okay. But Mark, who's the alternative that's going to provide moments that we know Salah can provide? Just because he hasn't provided them this season or the number of moments, he is still the one man that is capable. We're just a year on. He might be half the player he was last year, but even half the player he was last year in disjointed games where no one's playing for Slot, he is still the guy that's going to do. He ain't going to be Cody Gakpo.
He's still the guy, yeah?
But it ain't going to be Cody
Definitely
Gakpo.
It's not going to
It
be
ain't going to be
Gakpo at
Gakpo.
all.
Listen, okay, Isak's back. So it might be Isak, but so far he hasn't done it in Liverpool shirt. Maybe, I mean, Verts, I don't think he's going to be the guy. Ekitike is quite streaky. He may be the guy. Maybe it's Ekitike, but I still think you can have Ekitike and Mo on the pitch to give yourself a best chance. By the way, I'm not saying Mo is a good player overnight suddenly. I've been consistent. He's washed. Mo Salah is washed, but of course he's washed. But bro, we've talked about it week in, week out.
Why do we say the word washed? He's just past his peak. Why must we say washed?
It's a
He's
nice
Spurs.
word, isn't it?
Whatever makes you feel
I
better.
hate that word. I hate that word.
Okay, instead of saying washed, I'll say past his peak. Same thing, right?
Yeah. Because people
He's
say
past
washed
his
like
peak.
he's dead.
He's been pretty dead this season.
He's been
I know,
pretty
but
dead.
come on, man. Look how old he is, man.
But he's
That means
still
washed.
Yeah, but that's
He's
okay.
disrespecting the people, man. You didn't
just
use his words when Henry was starting.
Look at this
Oh
guy.
my gosh. What is
Damn
going
right.
on?
Take it off. You're not fit to wear that shirt.
What
Good.
is going on there?
Yeah.
There's
There's
no-
You weren't watching the Premier League when that shirt was out.
No, I wasn't. It
You don't
wasn't
even know these
broadcasted.
Paul Cantona or any of these players, age you?
I actually one of the people that watched highlights for him because I was in Saudi Arabia, and believe it or not, the only club that used to be broadcasted in Saudi Arabia in 1994, 1993 was Man United when they used to wear
They're all
shorts.
glory fans.
Because
They're
they
the
were
ones
the
on
dominant
TV
team.
back in the day, weren't they? So they were the
They were the
poster boys, weren't they?
dominant.
Whether we
They
like
were
it
the
or not.
dominant.
You want to come to Manchester, spot the Man U fan.
I
Bit
did
like
come to
Red
Manchester. I did come to Manchester. I didn't see Man United fans.
There you go.
I
Bit
saw
like
City
Red Bull.
I saw Man City fans, but because I went to
I
the
like the way,
Etihad.
by the way, City playing Chelsea and you start off with Chelsea. I did notice that.
But you weren't here. because of your circumstances. So we delayed the Chelsea talk, the Arsenal talk until you arrived, Mr. Martin.
So you're going to
spoke
go
Spurs.
Marty.
So we spoke Spurs.
Every
We
time we
spoke.
talk another club, you're going to change your shirt.
No.
Marty, we love seeing you, but you just interrupted a really important conversation.
I apologize. Sorry, Neil.
Where we were talking. No, we were just basically, we were all in agreement that Salah's washed. And he isn't going to. I'm joking.
Use the word wash.
He is.
Salah's not.
Use that word. Yeah, I hear it.
Listen, he's past his peak. He's past his peak, but Salah's the guy that's going to provide moments. Like he's the best equipped. If this was out of who are we going to say is going to who's got the best chance of providing a moment for Liverpool to win a game? Just a moment.
Slobbers.
Yeah, Slobs. He's been doing it this season.
Why are you
Who else?
Slobs? What's slobs? Who's slobs?
Why are you taking everything to heart?
No. It feels like you got who's slobs? Who's slobs?
It's one syllable. I can say it. I could Sly. That's 3 syllables.
No, but you said
You understand
slobs.
what
This
I'm saying?
sounds nasty, bro. Come on, man. It sounds
What do
nasty.
you want me to call him?
So what's like? It's not hard.
It's 3 syllables.
Man, call them slobs. That sounds nasty.
No, that was all the Liverpool team last week at the Etihad. Slobs.
Yeah. I hear it. It was nasty as well. No, I hear it. But
Listen, you got a handful of players.
A bit like Neil's
At the
team the
moment.
week
I
before
think
it
you've got.
that's
I think you got to play Mo Salah. As bad as he's
Mo
been.
Salah's not washed.
I don't know.
Listen, it's funny how Liverpool are struggling. He's announced to retire, and now everyone's doing recency bias. I'm bored of recency bias conversations. This was never spoke about on Henry. You never spoke about Henry.
Exactly.
When Henry came back for his second stint, you weren't going, that ain't the Henry the first time.
Yeah, he's washed.
I'll be honest, Marty. When he came back, if you
He's
actually
washed.
remember that season, dude, when he came back, obviously we know we're not getting the same Henry, but I don't think we would have got top 4 without him. He'd come back for a few months, scored some pivotal goals, really important goals. But we're talking about Salah last season, putting in a worldy season compared to this season. Whatever terminology you want to use, Salah's not been the same this season. But I'm arguing he should start. I'm arguing he should play, boys. Because I think he is still capable of providing moments that can win you games. If he hasn't done it up until now this season, he's still going to be the guy.
I know, but it's like playing 10 men with him sometimes. It's like playing 10 men sometimes with Salah. Like, we just watching him.
You can say that about Cody Gakpo. You can say that about Wirtz. You can say that about
but you're not watching.
times, bro.
See how the manager plays him? The manager plays him on the wing. It's like not having him. There's no point having him on the wing. If he puts him closer to goal, I agree. If he plays him on the right wing, might as well just go out there with 10 men. Might as well, because you give the ball to him, he loses it. There's no point.
What you do? How are you setting up then against Fulham? Like what do you want to do? You're not playing.
Obviously, what's his name? What am I saying? Isak's not fully fit, so Isak's not going to start. I'm putting Ekitike and Salah just behind Ekitike. Yeah? Then we got something to work with. Put Salah next to goal. Put him closer to goal where he can do some damage. Like, don't put him on the wing. He's not going to beat his fullback. Yeah? If we do that, maybe you see a Salah that can score goals. Maybe. But if you're going to play him on the right wing, it's irrelevant if he plays. It doesn't make no sense in play. He's not beating his fullback.
Who's your top scorer this season? I don't actually know the answer, by the way.
Ekitike.
But with Ekitike,
GA. Well, who's got the highest GA at Liverpool this season?
in the league, I can check it for you.
Check it. I bet Salah 8 miles off. You're saying you're playing with 10 men, but I bet he's probably number 1 or number 2.
Because everyone else is crap. That's the problem. Everyone's crap. It's not like
It's actually Mohamed Salah with 11. It's 15 Ekitike, Mohamed Salah with 11.
Yeah, put him next to Ekitike. Put him there. That's what I'm saying.
Maybe you have Isak. Isak is back. You need to start Isak.
I think the manager's crap.
Yeah, of course he is. The manager's terrible.
100, dude. He's got to go. We know that. He's definitely.
He should have been gone after the Chelsea game. That's when
If you put Alonso with some of these players, you improve massively.
Yeah,
definitely by a country mile.
They will improve, but I don't think they will improve to the point that you guys think. Like Salah is not gonna go. He's not gonna get 30 goals.
Now Salah's finished. You ain't gonna play on the Alonso next season. Salah's gone, so that's not even a problem to worry about. So, but at least you're gonna get the best out of Wirtz. You're gonna get the best out of Frimpong. He knows them players already. There's certain players that will love to play under Alonso. Alonso will give you that feel-good factor at Liverpool. He'll give you something, some sort of something. This manager don't inspire no one right now. He's working against us.
I agree, but you still have holes to fill, right? And I think we can agree on that as well. Make sure you got a stable keeper. I agree with you about Alisson. I'd have worries going into next season with Alisson. Right back, definitely. Both your wingers. Yeah, so you've got a few holes, and maybe in your midfield as well. Actually, I don't really. I'm waiting to see if Gravenberch is gonna. If that last season was actually just a one-off season for him, because I'm not sure that Gravenberch. Hey?
Now put a proper DM next to him, because Gravy's at 8.
You don't need him.
No,
so you play him in the 8.
He's
You play him in the 8.
He's
So you drop McAllister.
McAllister can go wherever he wants. I don't care about McAllister. I don't rate McAllister.
Really?
I've never rated that.
He's one of the best midfielders in the league, according to Mo. Careful.
Not to me.
Him.
I don't rate McAllister that highly. Or some does. I don't rate him that highly.
Even at Brian, I didn't rate him.
You basically said 2 pods ago,
2 weeks ago, me and you were arguing, Mo, that we'd have him over Enzo Fernandez all day. And I know it's Enzo Fernandez.
But it's Enzo Fernandez.
I get it.
You're comparing Enzo Fernandez to McAllister.
That's what Mark's getting at. But I mean, look, I don't
unless Mark.
Well, did you rate McAllister last season? Did you rate McAllister last season, Mo?
I thought he was a decent player.
It was good.
It was decent.
Okay, so under a different manager, can't he be decent?
No, listen, I've never rated him. I've never rated him at all. Full stop. He had a good season last season.
Right.
And the thing is, everyone overrated midfielders that can pass the ball, which is the standard stuff what midfielders can do. I don't understand where the world-class factor came in with McAllister. I didn't understand it. I thought, he played all right. Yeah, cool. That's it. Nothing crazy. Well, yeah, it's decent, but no, put a DM next to me, put a DM in there, and you run what's his name, Gravenberch in the 8, and then I want to see what's going on. But McAllister ain't got the legs.
That's a risk, bro, isn't it? Like have it. I don't know, man. Maybe you're right. Put a DM next to Gravenberch. So put a DM in. So you want a 6, push Gravenberch to the 8, get rid of McAllister, and then your other guy is basically Florian, right?
Florian, and then you got Szoboszlai. You got them two fighting out.
You
got competition there.
Yeah.
And you got what's it called? You got Gravy or Szoboszlai fighting for the 8 role. And then,
don't call him Gravy, man. Please.
Don't call him Gravy.
Gravenberch, please.
Why can't I call him Gravy? What's going on? What's happened?
Bro, call him by his real name.
He's on the level with him. He goes out with him on a Friday night for a quick drink.
I can't believe what's going on here. You call my player Slot. Now I can't call my player Grav.
I do that with Pep every Friday night.
It's not fair talking about. Bro, you cannot tell him what to tell. You guys, half your fan base call Arteta because Mikel did this, Mikel said that,
Mo,
Mikel did this.
You missed it, Mo.
You missed the joke, Mo.
Maybe I did.
Yeah, you missed it. I wasn't allowed to call a shortened version of Szoboszlai Slobs, but apparently we can call Gravenberch Gravy or Grav.
I call him Gravy. I always call him Gravy. Just Gravy. Keep it simple.
I like calling him Gravenberch. Just I want to show him respect, you know.
And Liverpool, to be honest with you, I think you guys. We'll see if you guys go back to the top with Xabi Alonso, or he's gonna get sacked as well in a year or something. If you get him, if you stay with Arne Slot next season.
Oh no way! That's not an option. That's not an option at all.
It's not your option, but they might do it.
It's not an option.
Ask Dean. The reports are saying they are sticking with him if they get Champions League.
Doesn't matter.
Dean's saying no chance. That's what he said.
Mo, Xabi Alonso, very quickly, Xabi Alonso comes in next season. We don't know if Pep's staying or going. We don't know what's going on. Everyone's saying Arsenal, we're drab. Okay, fair enough. I'll wear it. So Man United, 2 games a week, they're going to play next season. Chelsea, they're going down. As not down, but they're going the wrong direction. So why can't Xabi Alonso, you're asking, will he challenge next season? But devil's advocate, surely by default, if Xabi Alonso comes in with the group of players he's got and he adds a little bit, surely Liverpool will be one of the best teams in the league, no?
Yeah.
City will be up there. You'd probably say Arsenal.
Arsenal, City, Liverpool. Arsenal, City, Liverpool again.
And then that
Man
answers
United,
your question,
maybe.
Mo. Or maybe it doesn't. Maybe I'm missing something. But that answers your question.
Arsenal, City, Liverpool.
Next
Yeah.
season.
If we get a new
If they
manager,
change
that's what I
manager.
reckon they'll do.
Yeah. And they upgrade a few spots. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, got to change man. They can't do it with Slot, bro. Yeah,
To be
that's,
honest,
a given. That's a given. This was Xabi Alonso. That's
the end.
Mo's original question. If Xabi
It
Alonso
depends
comes
on their transfer market, to be honest with you.
yeah.
Okay, so there is a lot of players I don't rate at Liverpool. I don't
Name
rate.
and shame.
It's not that I don't rate. I don't rate currently as title-winning material. Part of it is a massive part. There is no team that can win the league without good fullbacks. I think Kerkez is just a good fullback. I don't think he is as good as some Liverpool fans delude themselves to think that he's as good. I think Frimpong is a right wing back. Like Frimpong for Inter would be amazing, right? In a back three, a wing back. He doesn't have to cover that much spaces. He ain't a winger as well, like a Kvaratskhelia, or even he ain't even like a Diamond. He ain't. He's not even a Neto. He's not even a Neto. Like Frimpong is a right wing back. You know what I mean? He's not a winger. I think they need a good DM like a Caicedo. Like they need a. People think that Adam Wharton is gonna be the dictator of the game. Well, you have Adam Wharton and McAllister. On paper, they look like a similar profile.
None of them. I want a Nana. I want a Nana. That's what
yes. Kifram Turam. You might like a Declan Rice. Someone similar to that profile. I think Wirtz. Listen, I've seen this movie before for Wirtz. I've seen this movie of Havertz before with Wirtz. I've seen Havertz being the upcoming shining German star with Leverkusen. He was the guy that got 20 GA in Leverkusen, being the upcoming, the next Muller, the next big thing. He comes to the Premier League and it's too quick for him. Especially, listen, if Wirtz went to Man City, Pep Guardiola is the king of maybe getting these players to work, you know? Is Xabi Alonso, I know that he worked with Wirtz before. Can Wirtz adapt to the Premier League? I got my doubts. He's a good player. I see the touch. I see the first touch. I see the smartness. But the Premier League is a very physical team. And under pressure, we even see Eze at Arsenal when he doesn't have the same spaces. There is not that many, like you don't get that many touches as you do like it with free and to pick your pass. I got my doubts. Isak, I got no hesitation to say that Isak is a top striker. Is he going to stay fit? Is he going to come back to his best? So there's a lot of questions about Liverpool. Is there a lot of questions about Man City? No, because I think their squad now is very, very good. They are looking to Elliot Anderson to replace Bernardo Silva, which is the rule that Bernardo Silva is doing now, which is he's everywhere on the pitch. He ain't like a winger. He ain't a midfielder. He ain't a left-sided. He's the guy that runs around, cover a lot of ground. Elliot Anderson can do that job. If the reports now are correct that Pep is staying one more year, he can mold Elliot Anderson to be that player for them around Rodri, if Rodri stays. Arsenal are Arsenal. Mikel Arteta is going to get them challenging. Like the record over the last 4 years, even if they don't win it this year, we'll say that Mikel Arteta will be challenging top 2 next season, most likely. Can Liverpool keep up with them? I don't know. Do you have the players? A lot of questions around. Van Dijk is getting worse, right? Everyone here agree? Is he getting worse?
Agreed. Yeah.
Okay, we know that Van Dijk is not leaving, right? We know that Van Dijk is not leaving. What guarantees you that Van Dijk gets back to his best?
Put a DM in front of him. Give him some protection, bro.
Okay, your club is not even linked to the DM.
It also looks like Kanate is going to sign a new deal as well, which
and Martin, they're not even linked to the DM. They're linked to Adam Morton. They don't want an athletic. They don't want an athletic DM. They don't want a physical DM.
Yeah, this manager don't. This manager don't. He's useless. In the Premiership, you need physicality in the Premiership. We're just trying to get all these fragile players in. Everyone's fragile in Liverpool right now. Get proper DM that will kick some shit out of people, man. I've had enough with this. We don't win tackles.
So to answer your question, Neil, if you're asking me, I am leaning towards more Liverpool would be between the 3rd and the 4th and the 5th. then Liverpool will be amongst the top 2. So,
I think you made a fair argument.
shortly, to answer you, no, I would think that Liverpool will have a separation between them and the top 2. They won't
I
be
think we'll be
within
fair.
the top
I
2.
think we'll be fair.
I think that's fair. You've explained.
And with
it. When you
this
actually break it
manager,
down, I
with
think that's fair.
this manager, actually, I think actually they are in
No
danger
chance
to
of this
maybe
manager.
still be behind Man United.
But if they keep Slot, they are 100% finishing behind Man United. Torch me in the comments. I don't care.
Of course
No one's
we
gonna
will.
torch you. No one's gonna torch you, bro.
Well,
That's
well,
facts.
who keeps Slot? We're not even
Don't
finishing top
underestimate
10
people.
next season. Forget it.
And also all the Liverpool fans that think that they watch Xabi Alonso, nobody woke up every day to watch Bayern Leverkusen play Bochum in the Bundesliga. No one did this. That country just Hoffenheim versus Bayern Leverkusen, you didn't watch him.
I've got
You
to be
watch some
careful with my
clips.
proper age. I'm old
Huh?
man now. So. I'm an old man now, so I can't be getting up doing all that.
I don't do all that.
Like to be
Everyone,
honest,
it's
people
old man
sometimes tell me we watch Xabi Alonso.
I did hear you all saying about being unks earlier. I am like a super unk.
Anyway, long story short, this is the story about Liverpool. Man City versus Chelsea. Liam Rosenior, by the way, Chelsea keep Liam Rosenior can get sacked if they don't get Champions League. New report. How are we seeing this going, guys? Mark, are you gonna? Would you want your team to lose if it means that Arsenal don't win the league?
No, but that's
So,
a fair
let me
question.
let me ask you. Let me ask you. If Arsenal lose to Bournemouth, would you want your team to lose to give City the chance to actually be on par with Arsenal?
No, because I still my priority as a fan is for them to get Champions League. We get Champions League, we have the chance of keeping most of our best players. That's my opinion, as well as attracting new players of better quality. And
If
we're going to be
Chelsea
in the Champions
fans,
League.
if Chelsea fans don't agree with what Mark just said, you need to get your head checked. I don't know who you're talking to, Mo, but if you've spoken to any Chelsea fans that have not just said what Mark said, they need to get their head checked. Fact.
Yeah, have you heard anything different as well, Mo, from any other Chelsea fan that has said anything different to what I just said? No.
I think actually, logically speaking, if Arsenal lose to Bournemouth and your loss will probably put more pressure on Arsenal, and Arsenal might lose the league. It's gonna sound weird, huh? But that is the reality. I actually think if your team lost to City and you might miss out on the Champions League, but Arsenal don't win the league, you might get a better manager next season. And Rosenior. So maybe if your team lost, it would be better for you as a fan.
But the driver, Mo, do you reckon there's any Chelsea fans out there where their main driver is actually so Arsenal don't win the league?
There are Chelsea fans that want the team to miss out on Champions League so they can sack the manager and the board to change their approach. Yes.
But they've already the
that's
board
fine.
have already come out and said, Mo, recently, which I'm sure you already know, even if they don't make Champions League, we're still going to keep Liam Rosenior.
But now they changed. They changed now.
When did they just change? That must have been like within the past 12 hours.
Yeah. I woke up to read the news.
Where did you read
strange.
that? Wait, some
I'm
tabloid.
gonna get you the news.
Some Sunday Mirror crap.
Yeah, but it's by all the reports are there is no smoke without fire. There is someone at the club that thinks that maybe Liam Rosenior.
But
No,
if
anyways,
there are,
Mo,
if,
back
there, if
to
there
it.
are if there are Chelsea fans that are like, yeah, actually, I'd rather sack off. I'd rather lose against City just so they can put pressure on Arsenal, and that's their main driver. You're not a Chelsea fan.
So let's move on from that conversation. What do you think? How do you think you can get points against Man City and win against Man City? Do you think you can?
You're talking to me, Mo, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right. I don't think Chelsea will get anything out of the game. I know we're at home. Okay, that's cool. That's fine. Why are you doing that, Mo? You do that every time I talk about Chelsea. They lost the last 4 games, Mo, and don't you dare talk about Port Vale. I don't want to hear that nonsense. Right? Man City have just come off of 2 huge wins. Haaland just scored another hat-trick. He's bloody back. He's got even more motivate. They, as a team, and Guardiola have even more motivation now after those 2 wins to really go at Chelsea. And I think that they're going to do it. I'll be shocked if Chelsea get anything. They've lost so many games, Mo, consecutively. Why would I think any different? Otherwise, I would be a deluded fan. I'm not going to come in and say, yeah, we got a chance. I think the only bright spark is, I think Reece James might be coming back. But again, coming back from a hamstring injury, when he's going to start, I don't know. Probably not.
You went up there and got a point. Can you get a point down there?
Sure. Okay, but things can change so quickly in football. It's all about the current form.
I know.
Chelsea's current form is terrible.
And you don't want to be going up against City, who've got their tails up. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, Mo, have I said anything stupid there?
I mean, I think you get slapped.
I don't think we could get slapped, to be fair. I don't think we're going to get slapped, but I think that we will lose. Yes, I do.
Wow.
Martin,
I don't
probably music to your ears.
We're not going to slap them. No.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to slap us, but you could.
I think City will win. I don't think it'll be a slapper. I think the City have found some momentum now, especially in the midfield. The real Rodri's shown up now. He's fit now, so he's back. So the Rodri Bernardo midfield seems to be working. We've clicked it. Well, I'm saying this on Pep not making changes. The only change I expect is Donnarumma for Trafford. And yes, Mo, I did hear you yesterday with your Donnarumma slander. Hang your head in shame, by the way, on that. Talking crap as per. But
he's not top 5 goalkeepers in the world. I stand by what I say.
What?
Get in the bin.
What?
Do you know what? You haven't played for AC Milan.
What are you talking about? Who's your top 5? I want to hear it now.
You would not have done that. If you hadn't played for AC Milan, you wouldn't have done that. You've been tribal now.
I swear on my mother's life that my reasoning has nothing to do with AC Milan.
Okay, let
me count. There is one that is maybe questionable, okay? But let me at least give you the top 4 currently, in my opinion. Courtois, Neuer.
He's your top.
Courtois is like ridiculous.
Top. Yeah, I agree with that. All right.
Courtois, today, Neuer, right? And I will give you the reason. Okay, I will give you the reasons why for all of these people. I will give you the reason. Like, I won't just say names. I will give you reasons. Right, we can debate the reasons. It's a debate. It's a conversation. I think Courtois, Neuer, Raya. I think Juan Garcia of Barcelona. And then maybe Oblak or Donnarumma. So maybe he gets 5th or 6th, depending.
Juan Garcia of Barcelona.
Juan Garcia of Barcelona, literally. Juan Garcia of Barcelona is a phenomenal goalkeeper. Juan Garcia. Okay, hear me out, guys. There are 3 aspects we normally do. Okay, so I'm going to be very logical with you, and you guys can rate. In my opinion, there are 3 main aspects, and we can divide them. Right? Number 1, shot stopping. Number 1, shot stopping. Number 2, in modern football, it's called distribution. Number 3 is commanding your area. Okay? Donnarumma is elite in the first aspect, right? Shot stopping. Many times this season, I praised him and I said he's world class, he's great. Why? Because I believe that he's one of the signings of the season, because without Donnarumma, Man City would not be in a title race, right? There is plenty of times that Donnarumma has been clutch for City. However, there are 2 aspects in modern football, which is commanding your area in crosses, you know when to come out, you know when to cover the area, or commanding. I think Donnarumma is not great in these, right? He's not great in crosses. He's not good in commanding the area. The second aspect in modern football is passes from the back. Not only the long distribution, it's creating an angle for your teammate. We see David Raya, we see Manuel Neuer become a sweeper. Okay, not a sweeper. Become a third defender in running to create an angle for the center back, for this midfielder that is under pressure. They create angles and then they get the ball, they distribute. Donnarumma doesn't do this. So he might be elite and everyone watches his shot stopping, but I'm analyzing a whole package of a goalkeeper. He has 2 big flaws in his game that even some of the Man City fans...
You have David De Gea up there. He's one of the world's best goalers.
But I'm not talking about the history at that time.
No, it was just a question.
Football didn't look like this.
But say you've done the ball distribution. I don't think Donnarumma's distribution is anywhere near as bad as people are proclaiming.
I don't think it's as bad, but he ain't
I think
eating. That's good.
Out of proportion.
Like,
I
think I had a very logical explanation for this. People think I'm hating on him.
Opinion. I don't.
It is an opinion, and people think that, oh my God, why do you hate on he's a elite in shot stopping. He showed it with Italy. He's fantastic. But in modern football, you need more than shot stopping to actually be one of the top. One of the main things in football now is corners, crosses.
I disagree with that.
You do, of course you do.
Sit here in the title race, and don't do that, Mo. Come on. Sit here in the title race because of Donnarumma. So he's clear. So the shot stopping has to be more important than the rest because he's the reason we're in a title race.
That has nothing to do with my explanation. Guys, I never denied what Martin is saying. I am agreeing with him.
But Mo, do you equally weight the three categories?
Not really. Shot stopping maybe is because it depends on what level. For me, shot stopping is number. You need to be a good shot stopper.
Yeah, that's your bread and butter, right?
To be a goalkeeper first. To be a goalkeeper,
yeah.
I agree. To be a goalkeeper, but I think the others are very good in shot stopping. That the difference between them and Donnarumma
is not that
big. Have you guys watched Juan Garcia? I swear to God, Barcelona. If you talk about Barcelona. If it wasn't for Juan Garcia, Barcelona would have conceded 50 goals this season. This guy, every game, does so as Donnarumma as well. We watch David Raya. Shot stopping is great. We watch Manuel Neuer. Great. So now, because the difference is not that big, I need to look at the other categories. I think Donnarumma is not good in collecting crosses and commanding the area. But I think David Raya is great. I think Manuel Neuer is great.
But I will say this.
You guys see where my...
No, I agree.
You see where my...
I'm not offended by your take, Mo. Like, I'm more just shocked because I swear it wasn't that long ago that you were giving.
And I still praise him. Because I agree with Martin. The way Donnarumma has been in shot stopping in the Premier League this season is the reason why
they're in the
Man City. But in the same time, I can say that there are saves that David Raya did that are keeping Arsenal top of the league. Am I wrong to say this?
No, I understand that. But from my point of view, Edison, I've seen one of the best in the last 10 years distribution in Edison. Absolutely phenomenal at it. But the one thing where he was struggling at by the end of his City career was his shot stopping. Let's be honest. You go back to the Club World Cup and even the season before, he was getting a bit, this is no disrespect, I think Edison's a great keeper. He was getting a bit like Claudio Bravo for us, where any single shot from any kind of distance was going in the net.
100%. But the goalkeepers I mentioned ahead of the Donnarumma, they don't have that in them. Here's the thing. I agree with you, Martin, but I didn't say, like, the goalkeepers I rated ahead of Donnarumma aren't goalkeepers that are scrubs. They aren't scrubs in shot stopping. They're good.
Yeah.
I didn't say Mamarjvili. Like, I didn't do that. I said these goalkeepers.
For me, Donnarumma for me is one of the best.
But technically, Mo, you still.
I don't know where he is.
You probably, even by your metrics, you still have Donnarumma fifth. You still must have Donnarumma.
Yes.
That's top five.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. We're talking world here. I totally agree with you. I'm not putting Donnarumma.
But I think it's not insulting for me to put David Raya, Manuel Neuer, Courtois, Juan Garcia ahead of him. Why is that insulting?
I'm going to be honest.
Why people feel insulted when I say this?
I'm going to be straight with you. This is the bit you never understand. When you talk about City players in particular, there is a little bit of an agenda stuck behind it with you, and you never admit this.
Again. Here we go again.
It's totally fine.
Oh.
Bro, he's
City ever since
Martin. I never, since I started my YouTube, whatever you gonna call it, career or waffle career, right? It doesn't matter. I have never said a serious take on YouTube without an explanation. I might play devil's advocate, which is maybe I'll ask a question that is edgy because I want to get a conversation out. but I will never have a take without, like, if any take that I say, if I say this player is this player is that, you might disagree with my take, which is a debate. You can debate if I say...
No, listen, your take
But
is
an agenda is like, if I'm stuck on an opinion without an explanation, and if people present me with arguments and I'm not debating them, like, that's an agenda. An agenda is me saying, David Raya shit. Why? I just don't see what you guys see in him. Why? That's an agenda. You know what I mean? That's called an agenda.
You talk about City plays in a very different fashion you have with others. There's a lot more criticism.
That's not true.
There is. Mo, me and you have had this conversation privately, and it's absolutely fine. You have a reputation in the City fan base. You want to ignore that, not a problem.
Because you guys are sensitive. No, because you guys are sensitive. No, Martin, you want to...
It's an empty stadium.
I will respond to you.
I get it.
I will respond to you. Once you finished, I'm going to respond. Let me respond now. Every fan base is sensitive. I am someone who but I was kicked out of intergroup on Twitter, even though I am one of the biggest English-speaking content creators, right? We now do watch-alongs, a lot of people. I was kicked out. Why? Because every fan base I find sensitive. They're very sensitive. I came out after the Arsenal game versus Sporting Lisbon, and because I had a little bit of criticism, people in the chat are like, oh, we won 1-0. Why don't you praise us? I'm like, yeah, I'll praise this result. I'm going to criticize the performance because that's what I saw on the pitch. Chelsea fan base are sensitive. Man City, the problem is everyone, because I'm a neutral content creator. I call myself a neutral, and I know that you're going to do this, right? A neutral content creator, right? People will see only the negatives. But people, for example, Martin, Man City fans will not say that I said that Bernardo Silva, if he goes to Chelsea, will be Chelsea's best midfielder this season. That I rate Doku ahead of Martinelli, for example. And I have an explanation for all of these takes. But they only see when I criticize this. For example, Martin, you say I have an agenda. How come I have an agenda if I say that Matthias Nunes has been one of the best right backs in the league this season? How? Like, how comes someone having an agenda would never praise Doku? And also, I praise players. Okay, so let me finish. I praise players that it's not fashionable to praise. It's very fashionable to praise Haaland. That's an easy take, right? It's very fashionable to praise this guy. But I praise the players that I think need praise. I think Matthias Nunes needs a lot of praise this season. I think Bernardo Silva, and you know me and Kelk go on about this. I think Bernardo Silva needs a lot of praise this season. A lot of praise this season. But not everyone wants to praise him because it's not fashionable to praise Bernardo Silva this season. It's not. Right? So you picking the negative or the criticism part is why it shows that I have an agenda, but it doesn't. Because I don't have an agenda against City. Do I want City to win the league? No. And I have reasons why for it. Because I think the Premier League becomes boring if City wins the league and Pep Guardiola stays. And I explained it very simply why. I wanted City to win the league in 2012 and under Pellegrini. Why? Because they weren't the dominant force then. Right? But City now are the dominant. I want the team that haven't won for ages to win the league. If it was Chelsea going against City, I would have wanted Chelsea to win the league. Right? Because the only club that probably I wouldn't want to win the league is Manchester United because I don't like them. That's the only club I wouldn't want them to win the league. Huh?
With the top, with Man United top on.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. That's the top is for okjersey.com. Right? But I don't think that people think I have an agenda because I don't praise you. I don't say that Rodri is the best ever thing now since sliced bread. Well,
Mo, let's say
reality.
Arsenal win. Okay, let's say Arsenal win the league this year.
Before you do that, can I say something? This is going to take us to a different conversation. Guys, I just want to say something. okjersey.com, guys, they just dropped not only the World Cup shirts, the old World Cup shirts, the retro ones from 1994, 1990, 1998, and a lot of teams, actually. They are very cool football shirts. They're actually retro national team shirts, whoever football shirts you want. These are very, very cool ones. You can see this is the England ones. You got 1998, 1992, 1990, and it's actually great shirts. If you haven't checked them out, go and check them out. Use code MHF for 8% discounts. These are actually massive. I didn't think that he would drop that Edward. on the website, but they dropped for Italy, for Germany, for Spain, for England, for America. So go and check them out. They're
98.
absolutely fantastic.
Sorry, 98 England shirt, class.
It's ridiculous. I actually think these two, the long sleeves as well is fantastic.
Yeah.
I like that long sleeve one. I actually like the blue one, the 1990 though. I like it. But go check them out, people. Mark, go ahead. Arsenal win the league.
No, but I mean, for me, I think the only change we'll make on Sunday is probably Donnarumma for Trafford. Other than that, I think it'll be the same 10 outfield players. And I think we'll have enough to beat Chelsea. Don't think it'll be as easy as many are saying. But the thing is, for City, it is a must win. Because more than likely, we'll be 12 points behind come Sunday. And I know everyone will go 12 points. At the end of the day, City are in a bit of a predicament at the minute because we're in this FA Cup. We're not going to play. The Palace game can't even be rearranged because Palace are just going through their European tour and good on them. But we haven't even got a day. This Crystal Palace game may even come midweek before the last game of the season. So this is what I mean. Arsenal just may be hanging around at some point until we get done. For me, I've said this 1,000 times. City aren't in a title race until we get ourselves in a title race. Or Arsenal drop points. If Arsenal drop points or City get closer, there's no title race at the minute. We just have to go about it, get the wins, tick them off, see what happens. If City beat Arsenal and we can get the Palace game out of the way, it's down to 3 points, and then we see what happens. But until I get to that stage, I can't talk about it because it's all if buts and maybes. It's not in our hands. It's fully in Arsenal's hands right now. It's not in our hands. We've made errors. The FA Cup, by the way, I think we will win both trophies. I think we'll win. Southampton isn't going to be easy. They're 16 unbeaten, by the way. They're absolutely flying in the Championship at the minute.
Yeah.
We just got to respect it. And what we're going to do is right now just keep going along, ticking the games off. But right now we seem to have found a little bit of a rhythm with the 11, with the 10. And we keep them with 7 games to go. We sort things out. I'm ignoring all the rumours over Hume Lloyd, whatever he's bloody called, because, and Anderson, all that will get sorted out in the wash later on. We'll deal with that come summertime. But right now, all the focus has got to be the FA Cup, and we'll see where we land in the league.
I think if Chelsea don't get I think Chelsea can get a result, but I would pick Man City to win the game against Chelsea, even at Stamford Bridge. I think there is a possibility that Chelsea get something. They need to be on it. They have Estivao, they have Palmer, they have João Pedro now. I think Enzo Fernandez, it was just announced that he's not going to play, which is, it's all right. They got Andre Santos playing well. They got Caicedo, they got Lavia fit now. Lavia fit as well.
That midfield, I don't know if, no one's mentioned Lavia up until now, but I mean, Mark and I both rate Lavia when he's fit. Obviously, he's made of glass, but that midfield with Rodri and Bernardo, they've been quality. Obviously, we felt the pain in the Carabao Cup final, but I think, it'll be a bit of a test. It'll be a bit of a different test with a fully fit Lavia and Caicedo in there. Could be interesting.
Yeah.
I'm presuming Enzo's fully out. I know he's apologised, but
no, he actually, it's right in front of me. Do you want to hear the quotes of? It's
go on. I've been out.
It's very strange. Liam Rosenior confirms Enzo Fernandez has apologized for comments made during the international break, but remains suspended. I made a decision. What I want is for Enzo to go on and have an amazing career, but he won't play on Sunday.
So that I'm going to be. Sorry, this is a more open thing. How many midfielders are Real Madrid wanting to sign here? Because they've made overtures to Rodri. They've obviously got into Enzo's head. Apparently Newcastle fans think Tonali could be going. Are Real Madrid buying every midfielder in Will football?
By the way, no, Enzo Fernandez, Real Madrid don't want Enzo Fernandez now. They want Rodri. Enzo Fernandez wants Real Madrid. You see the difference here?
Oh, right. I didn't know that. I thought Real Madrid had made overtures.
It's not as clear cut as you said, no, because actually, before even last summer, Real Madrid were already being linked to Enzo.
But I never mentioned anything about last summer. I've spoken about now.
My whole
His
point
stocks have
is
dropped.
he's been linked with Real Madrid for a long time. I
Yes.
agree. Only recently, Enzo's come out and says, "Yeah, I want to play in the sun. I want to play for Real Madrid." Of course, I do. I get that. But he has been linked with Madrid for a long time. But yeah, then
Yeah. I'm not saying otherwise. It's just his stocks have dropped a little bit. You know.
Yeah. I agree.
He's no McAllister, mate.
McAllister. By the way, McAllister was wanted by Real Madrid at some point.
I don't think they want him anymore.
This is Marty's point. Who the hell are they not linked to? A lot of these
That's
guys.
the point. Who the hell are
They're just pawns to make sure they can get Rodri, right? They're just
I think Rodri's their number one.
The Rodri
they want
thing's
Rodri.
interesting because I do know they are looking at Heimline. That is, again, I think that's a Biana thing. They are looking at him. They have and there's other things that are going on. And Anderson is, when I'm looking at Anderson, because that's probably going to get wrapped. Then they're looking at Heimline. There's got to be more than one or two midfielders leaving. So whether that's Rodri, Nico G, it can't just be Bernardo going. There's got to be, because you don't bring in an Anderson or a Hume Lloyd, whatever he's, sorry, I'm butchering his name. You don't bring in those players to come and bench sit. They're not coming in to bench sit. They're coming in to play. So someone has to, by default, come out. And you've already got Reinders, you've already got Foden, you've already got O'Reilly. You go to our midfielders, we've got loads of them. But 2 or 3 of them are just sat on the bench. We've got 3 midfielders sat on the bench. I worked this out yesterday. Since January, Nico G has played 110 minutes. Reinders has played about 150 minutes since January in the Premier League. That's crazy. When you think about the level of those players, when you've spent the best part of 120 million on the two of them.
Oh, fair enough. We'll see how it goes.
Foden's completely gone off the side of a cliff.
Is he going to leave?
I don't know what's going on with Foden right now. The Foden thing's a mystery at the moment.
There are people that are saying that he should leave. But
I think if he leaves, he'll go abroad.
But I actually think he's never going to go to English club.
The only club who's shown any kind of interest in Foden is Barcelona. They're the only team who's even
If
looked.
Pep stays, he should leave. If Pep doesn't stay, he should stay.
Well, the Pep situation's silly because, again, we're going into the unknown and we don't know what's going on.
Did you see the latest news yesterday that he's going to decide in the summer? What? They were giving him like 2-3 weeks to decide, and now it's reported that Pep is going to wait until the summer to decide his future.
Do you know the crazy thing is, and this is like I said, I think if we win the league, say for example, I know it's a big if, say we did the treble, and I hate that word because I don't want to do trebles, even though I think he would leave them. I think that's probably the perfect moment to bow out at that point. You win the league, you win the 2 domestic trophies, and you bow out like that.
Can I ask you something, Martin? For where City were in the beginning of the season, linked to Arsenal. Okay, this is a question I saw. This is not my question. It's a question I saw on Twitter, right?
You see the way he worded that at the beginning, lads? It's not my question, but it's a question I've seen.
But I liked it. Based on where City were in the beginning of the season, winning the 2 domestic cups, if Arsenal only win the league, did Arsenal overachieve or City overachieved? Or both are just equal? So Arsenal, okay.
Arsenal win.
Since the beginning of the league, if you look at the season, Arsenal win the league and City win the domestic double. Who overachieved? To look at the manager, to look at anything, look at where the expectations were in the beginning of the season. I know that the league, okay, let's not get dragged into what's better. The league is definitely better than the domestic double. Okay, as a trophy, you would rather win the league over the 2 cups, right?
Yeah.
Definitely, right? Like even if you ask Man City fans, would you give up the 2 domestic cups for the league? They'll tell you yes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but who overachieved?
I don't think either team's overachieved.
Yeah, I'm with Martin. I don't know if it's an overachievement. The aim for Arsenal going into this season was to win the league. Where City where people put City, just because they win the domestic double or in terms of the cups, doesn't suddenly mean, oh, we thought City were going to finish fourth, fifth. Some people were saying fifth, something mental. Just because they win the 2 cups doesn't mean they've overachieved. I don't know if either are an overachievement, mate.
Oh, fair enough.
Hey, Mo, you know what it is? It's just Liverpool underachieved. That's what happens. Liverpool are underachieved. We was meant to win stuff this season. We didn't. And Arsenal and Man City are meant to win stuff. So I don't think they're overachieved.
I would agree with that. Because let's be honest, we all had Liverpool as a favourites to win.
Yeah, Liverpool are the ones that are actually. I think Liverpool are the biggest failures this season. As a
I'd
club.
say Liverpool, and this is no dig, Liverpool and Chelsea are underachieved.
No question.
Chelsea underachieved. If Chelsea underachieved, Liverpool completely failed. Guys, Chelsea were supposed to be third, maybe challenging. They might finish fifth. Liverpool was supposed to win the league.
Yeah.
They might not make Champions League football. So Liverpool are the biggest.
I think it depends.
Who's meant to retain the league? That's what we've been doing.
For Arsenal, though,
Some City fans will say, because some City fans will tell you we're in a transition season, we're moving along, we won 2 trophies. If we win the FA Cup, still an if, yeah? So we won 1, and if we win the FA Cup, that's 2, and you finish second. Some will say that's a good season in the situation we're in. But others will say it's not because your league's your bread and butter. And then some will say because of the Champions League failure, some will say it's not like that.
Yeah, but you aren't doing bad in the league. Here is the difference, Martin. If Man City won a domestic double but failed in the league, like came fourth, not challenged. Man City won a domestic double while challenging, right? Like Man City still can put a lot of pressure on Arsenal. Right? So that's why I think that Man City...
I've already told you, I've said this for ages. My thing on winning the league was Pep. I don't think our squad is as strong at the start as everyone thought it was.
Yeah, but once January came in, your squad is stronger than Arsenal, in my opinion.
But January, and Semenyo and Gay have done very well. But, you know, I still think Arsenal have got the far superior squad.
No, I think your squad is better than Arsenal.
I'm going to say this. I think City, I've said this last night on my show, City have been confused in some signings we've made. Said this, Tijani Reinders was nearly 60 million quid. He just sat on the bench. Doing now.
Yeah, but that's Pep Guardiola's utilization of the talent he has, similar to Mikel Arteta's utilization of the talent he has.
Pep, and you said this, me and you had this conversation when he signed, is did Mamouche fit the Pep style? Did it? I'm not sure.
He doesn't. He doesn't fit Pep's style until this moment.
I'm insisting. $300,000 a week.
Because he doesn't fit the Pep style.
Why did we buy him at nearly 70 million quid?
I don't know, but remember, City never have a failure of a...
I don't think you can say Arsenal have a far superior squad than City.
You are such a fraud.
I don't think you can say that. Far superior? I don't think you can say that.
I think City have a superior squad.
See, this is where
there is an argument, Mo. Genuinely,
I think you can
make the argument.
3 years, and you've done very well at doing it.
Yeah, but if you look at the
squad,
I think
now after January, you definitely have a superior team.
I'm not sure.
In the goalkeeping situation, they are together both. Right, better, right? Am I wrong here?
Who would you rather have? Your best 11 or our best 11? Going to Stamford Bridge.
But that's 11s are not. They're not squads, are they?
No. Based on what Mo just said. Based on what Mo just said. Okay, take squad then.
I think I've got the better squad.
I think Arsenal's got a better squad.
I don't think. Based on what?
Every department, they're strong.
Every department.
Yeah, every department.
I disagree with that. No, I don't think it's every department. Disagree with that. Say you have the best
department on the weekend. What department?
Say you have the best.
As a number one,
I know.
As a whole, City's attack is far superior to Arsenal.
I'm not comparing them. I'm just saying Arsenal's got.
I think in the middle, Sherky, Bernardo.
But you said in every department.
Yeah,
So,
they're
like,
complete.
like-
They're not better than Man City in every department, but their squad, and overall, they've got a complete squad. Comparable, obviously, Man City's going forward is way better than Arsenal. We know
It's
that.
not true.
Defensive, what? Man City's
Not
going forward way
true.
better than Arsenal.
So
Going
Arsenal
forward.
have a better defense.
No,
Arsenal
Mo
have a
agrees
deeper
with that. Mo
defense
does
than
agree with
Manchester.
you.
They have a
I agree
deeper
with
defense.
this, but you're saying in every department.
No, I didn't say
Well,
every
the,
department.
but the
I didn't say every
midfield's what?
department.
What's our midfield? Because people will say again, Zubomendi, Nico G. Then you've got again. I'm back to Phil Foden, Reinders, Nico G. Don't play.
Guys, I'm gonna give you that.
Don't
Okay, in the
play.
midfield. Would you rather have your two?
Mendy doesn't start.
Okay, hold on. Would you rather have? Okay, let me
That's
just put the
rather
question for
Nico
you.
J.
Everyone, guys, would you rather have Rodri, Nico Gonzalez, or Zubamendi Norgard?
What about Rice? Where's Rice?
You can't do Zubomendi Odegaard. You have to no. You do Zubomendi.
Right.
Norgard,
Norgard.
Norgard.
Oh,
Martin,
oh.
listen.
Oh, Norgard. Right.
Oh, no, God. Oh, is it? Oh,
Okay,
God.
is it Zubamendi Norgard or Rodri, Nico Gonzalez?
Rodri, Nico.
As a squad, you're talking about squad, right? Okay, you got Rice, fantastic. Right, Moreno's injured, so I wouldn't count Gavardiol as I wouldn't count Moreno. Right, they're both out for the season. You got Shirky, Reinders, Bernardo Silva, Nico O'Reilly that plays in the middle, and a left back as well, which is a plus for the squad. We're talking about a squad. I know Rice is great, Odegaard, Eze, and then you would struggle after this, right? So they have basically, if you're talking about Arsenal, they got 4 players in the middle that you can rely on, and the 5th is Norgard. So you got Odegaard, Eze, Rice, Zubamendi, Norgard. City have.
Yeah, go on. Sorry.
I
go
can
on.
throw who? Tell me. I can throw who? Havertz.
Well, yeah, but then I suppose you're going to use him for.
You can. I'm gonna take. I'm gonna use him as the top. I'm gonna use him as a second striker,
I got
right?
it. Yeah. Well,
So
Marino.
you got.
Yeah.
Moreno's injured as Gavardiol. Moreno's injured.
Yeah. Okay. So you've taken all the injuries.
So you got City. You got Reinders. You
So
got
can
Nico
I say
Gonzalez,
Rodri only came back in January then?
Rodri. You got Rodri. You got Shirky. You got Foden. You got Bernardo Silva. You got Nico O'Reilly that can play there.
Doku, 7 goals.
No.
in 4 years.
That's the forward line. In the midfield, as names, I would rather have the City names. The fact that Mikel Arteta is getting a tune out of him is how good that a coach he is. But in terms of names, if I asked you which names would you take, you would definitely take the City names, right?
Well, here's my question. Would you
On
say
paper.
Rodri's... it
On
depends
paper-
when you say Rodri...
That's
and
why I
Nico
rate
J-
Arteta when people don't rate Mikel Arteta. That's
No,
why.
the one thing I will say is Rodri and Nico J, Rodri's better than Zubomendi and Norgard together anyway. He's superior in the two of those. So, of course, I'm going to say Rodri and Nico G then because Rodri is superior to Zubomendi and no, neither of them are close to Rodri. So even the Rodri thing sort of things tucks in with that.
Well, Nico
suppose-
G or Norgard, then I suppose is the other question. Because obviously you're having Rodri of all.
I've
of
not
them.
much Norgard
I'm with you.
play a lot,
I'm
to be
with you.
honest.
I'm with you on that. I know.
But we're
he's-
measuring
he's
squad, so you
radical.
measure both. Rodri, Nico G, Zubamendi, Norgard. I would rather have Rodri, Nico G.
Mo, I actually think you're making up. You're putting forward a really, really good case. The only thing I'd say, the depth factor that Arsenal do have, and I know we do look clunky up top, and I get all that, but we've got some ridiculous GA stat in terms of off the bench this season.
Yes.
Across all comps.
That's
Like
down to
38,
Mikel Arteta.
making the right subs at the right times, making the right moves. Yes,
That's why when
So-
people criticize Mikel Arteta this season, I think they're being harsh. Mikel Arteta has been the best coach in the Premier League this season, even with Pep. Numbers shows it.
I know it's
You
just
have-
one game, Mo. Okay, but if we have a look
Okay.
at the Southampton game, he rested a few of his players, okay, because he wanted to save them for the Champions League. I agree with that. But if you have a look at the second string, for me, Arsenal have a deep squad, but I think that the second string aren't as good as everyone's making out to
I
be.
agree with that. Yeah.
I agree with this. 100% I agree with this.
Agree with that.
So why are you now saying that? Oh, you know what? Mikel Arteta's getting the best out of the second string.
I never
Because
said
he's
that
great-
statement.
because he's a
Though. I
great-
never said that statement. When did I say that statement that he's talking about?
Okay, maybe I've interpreted it wrong, but it felt like that's
Okay,
what you
okay.
were
What I mean is that
pointing at
Mikel
about 5 minutes ago.
I said Mikel Arteta getting this team to do as good as they are doing now is actually credit to him. He doesn't have the same.
City have got a better squad, a stronger squad, and a better first 11. So by default,
I agree with that.
Arteta,
I do agree with that.
by default, Arteta has to be the best
I
coach.
mean, so you're now playing the underdogs, eh, Neil?
I'm not. No, I'm saying
By the way,
Mo said
Martin,
that. Hold on,
after
Martin.
January,
Mo said
only
that.
after January, Martin, and only okay. Let me clarify. Only after January, and only after seeing how good Nico O'Reilly is this season, even when Nouri came back, Matthias Nunes is doing good. Cahill is doing well. I think Semenyo is doing very well. Me and Hussam disagree on this. I tell him that Semenyo is doing well. He thinks he doesn't fit with Haaland. I think that Semenyo has provided a lot to City since he came back. Since he went to City, I think he provided a lot to them.
Yeah.
I think Bernardo Silva this season. But Bernardo
Silva has been exceptional this year.
Has been exactly this. You compare this Bernardo Silva to what we thought, because we are building our assumption in the beginning of the season based on last season, right? Bernardo Silva has played, number one, double the quality that he did last season for Man City. He's been amazing this season, Bernardo Silva, for Man City in that midfield.
The only problem I'd say in your argument, and it's not really a problem, Mo, is that obviously taking it today and going since January and whatever else, you're taking out a massive factor, which is stability, right? Like the Arsenal squad has had stability for a period of time.
Yes.
And that's going to count.
We've signed 15 new players.
And these guys have obviously, you look at it on paper right now, like obviously you can make an argument for City having the stronger squad. Of course you can. But how much is negated by the fact that this Arsenal team, the foundations of the core have been put together? Yes, we bought players in the summer.
That's my point. Thank you, Neil.
But the depth is the depth is there. It's solid, and therefore he can rely and make. And I give Arteta credit for making the right substitutions, but equally the players still have to deliver the GA coming off the bench. So it's like a team effort built on the solid foundation that we've been building for a period of time, right?
Ours aren't doing. This is my point. Ours are not doing that. They're not coming off the bench.
But you're more on. But if you give me on paper, I can easily make a case.
Yeah, this is why I'm not doing the paper stuff. What you said is spot on. Arsenal built this over 3 years. City have had 15 new players in 12 months.
Yeah.
So we're not going to have that squad togetherness, that squad. You can look on paper and go, Gay, Semenyo, brilliant. But we've got brand new players, 15 of them. Arsenal built this over 2 or 3 years.
Actually, I'm going to actually say that.
A very deep squad.
Actually, see, that's a little bit of people, when people say this, Arsenal this year have had 1, 2, 3, 4, sometimes 5 starters on the pitch that actually weren't with them. By the way, Mosquera started a lot of games. People just didn't realize this. Gabriel and Saliba together, Gabriel was missing for 2 months, and Mosquera had to start. Zubamendi is new, Gyökeres is new, Eze is new. How many games? And down, like Hincapié, Mosquera, Zubamendi, Eze, 5 starters. It's half a team. New players. So the notion that Arsenal, they have had the same team. No, they haven't. Players left. Havertz was injured most of the season. Madueke, how many times Madueke started this season because Saka's injured? Plenty of times. Sometimes Arsenal would start games with 6 players that weren't even. That's why I will give Mikel Arteta a lot of credit this season for where Arsenal are now. You can say the football is boring or not boring. We can disagree. When I'm watching Arsenal now, it's not as exciting, but it's called effectiveness in football. This is effective. Like Man City, when I called that Man City boring or passing the ball 50 times or 1,000 times before they score, but it's one of the most effective ways of winning league titles in the history of the sport, by controlling games, by being in control the majority of the times. People don't realize this. If I'm a fan of Arsenal or I'm a fan of Man City, I would rather see my team control the ball the majority of the times. I don't care if it's boring or not boring. I'm winning games, right? I don't care. Man City fans didn't care if people called them boring every day, but we're winning triples, mate. That's what people told me in 22-23. We're winning triples. Who cares if we're boring? We're winning triples. While you want entertainment, go to the circus. That's where you get entertainment.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And that's why I think that the criticism of Arsenal if Arsenal get to a final of the Champions League, and win the league, who am I to say that this way of playing football is not effective? It's fucking effective as fuck. Because that's the pinnacle of football. When you get league title and reach a Champions League semi-final, is literally the pinnacle of football.
No, I'm not bothered about the way we play. I've said this on my own streams. I'm not asked about the way we play. I'm not asked about the way anyone plays. You play what suits you.
You play the winning way. Whatever way wins, that's the best way to play. That's how I see it.
So Liverpool last season, there is one player that is responsible for 70% of the goal contribution. Well, that's one player. What about the rest?
McAllister.
It's the best way to win. That's the best way we can win. By using him.
I am back in Mo here. To me, he has one of the best football analysis on YouTube. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. But remember, I have an agenda. I'm just a guy that talks about football online. That's all I do. Thank you, AMT, for this. Paz had a brilliant question the other day. Asked the panel how many players they would take from Man City and Arsenal. I would actually be the question. I would actually change it a little bit. How many players, and I don't want to go this for long, how many players would you rate as one of the best in the world from Arsenal or City? I want you guys to tell me how many players from Arsenal you think that one of the best in the world in their position are Arsenal. David Raya? I'm going to give you the names and you tell me. David Raya, Gabriel and Saliba, Declan Rice.
4, yeah.
Anybody else?
Yeah.
Timber.
Anyone else? Who?
Timber.
No.
Timber.
Timber's not one of the best right backs.
Maybe Timber.
On the cusp.
First
Yeah,
half of
5,
the season,
4.
4 or 5. Let's say 4 or 5. City, Donnarumma, based on, forget Judge Mo. You guys think Donnarumma, right? Donnarumma? Do you think Rodri? Sherky? Haaland? Right? Would you say Nico O'Reilly? No?
Oh, yeah, I would. He's been brilliant.
No, he has
No,
been
I
brilliant,
think
but
No, he gets in all our
Not
teams,
yet,
man.
anyways.
He's been brilliant.
4 or
But
5,
based on
right?
this season, he's been brilliant.
Bernardo Silva? This season, he has been one of the best.
He's been brilliant as well.
So,
Can't stand him, though. Can't stand him, but he's been brilliant.
he has been amazing this season. So, Gvardiol, but he's injured. So, Gvardiol, yes, he's been injured. Guehi? You know why I would consider Guehi one of the best? Because everyone wanted Real Madrid were negotiating with Guehi. Liverpool wanted Guehi.
I love Guehi.
Bayern Munich wanted Guehi.
Everyone
wanted Guehi.
We had him. Oh, my God.
Gay, he's amazing. Yeah, I'm not denying that.
Like, if he's not amazing, why Real Madrid wanted to sign him and they wanted to give him the signing bonus? Like, everyone wanted to sign him. You know what I mean? He's a very good player. I like Guehi.
Yeah.
For me, that's why City.
But by the way,
City's
everyone
game.
keeps telling me Kushner's crap. Not good enough.
Yeah, Kushner's been
Well, I
good.
keep getting ahead of everyone, and all the commentators keep going on about him.
No,
If I
Kushner's
heard
been
about
brilliant.
Kushner's mistake at Chelsea again last season one more time,
Yeah, that
he
one
made one
mistake.
mistake against Chelsea on his debut, and it's all anyone ever talks about.
That's what everyone remembers, isn't it? That's what they do.
Like
That's what
crazy.
you got to get, man. But now he's
We'll
been
see how it
brilliant,
goes. But
Kushner.
listen, I want to thank everyone that joined us. This will take you to the catch-up, of course, stream. Mark, appreciate you so much. Good luck on
Thank you,
Sunday.
brother.
Good luck. Good luck, Dean, against Fulham. Good luck, Martin, against Chelsea. Good luck,
believe
Neil,
it.
against Bournemouth. I think it's going to be the end of the world if you don't win against Bournemouth. I think that's going to be the end of the world. You'll see the meltdown that you've never seen before.
I'll ask you a quick question, Mo, before you wrap it, if it's okay. Just one little quick question. Okay. Saka's injured currently. He's not going to be playing on the right.
This would
If
be an
you
out
are-
of context question.
Possibly, yeah. Would you, because I know I've seen your video on Max Dowman. Yeah, you praise him. You think it's great. Everyone does. I get that. Would you play him instead of Madueke on the right?
Yes.
I mean, start him. Start
Yes.
him. I'm not saying
Yes.
yes. Fair enough. I get it.
What?
I would start.
No
I would
way.
start. I would start Madueke on Wednesday, and I would start Dowman against Bournemouth
Why? Why have you decided that?
because Max Dowman is the thing that Arsenal are missing.
Yes.
Which is Max Dowman is the Shirky for Arsenal, the one that takes risks, the one that dribbles one-on-one, the one that makes things happen out of nowhere. and I think he's a smarter player than Madueke. On Wednesday,
Neil
we
laughed
know
at me when I said this.
No,
On
you're
Wednesday.
out of context.
You
You said
you
you
laughed
start.
at
You
me.
start him
I did.
twice a week. Yeah, but
Oh,
I
whoa,
agree.
whoa,
I
no,
agree.
no, no,
No,
I
no,
never
I
said
agree.
that.
You can
No,
start
don't
Max
try
Dalman
and
against
flip-flop.
Bournemouth.
No, I'm not
You
having
can
that.
start. There's
Anyone
no
watched our
flip-flopping.
preview
You can
game
start.
and you
Bro,
laughed at me.
Bro,
saying,
five
we
people
should
watched
start-
it. 5 people watched it, and all
Oh,
five
yeah,
will tell
It
you.
doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
People
No, that's
can
what I'm
actually go
saying,
back.
though.
No, people can still go back and
Yeah,
watch
of course
it.
they can.
That's my point.
Listen,
So-
listen. A
Listen,
sixth
you're
person could watch it.
flip-flopping. That's
There's
what
no
it is.
flip-flopping, bro.
Yes,
There's
there
no
is.
flip-flopping.
Because you laughed at me. When I
I'm
said
happy.
that.
No, I said you got to
Yes.
manage him, right? He's had a long-term injury this season, and you want to throw him in playing 2 games a week. You want to start him on the start him in the Premier League and start him in Champions League.
And you know
I'm
what?
saying
so what if I
you've
want
got
to
to
play
manage
him
it.
twice a week?
Okay,
Why
so
not?
I'm not flip-flopping
Why?
then.
Why not? No, I'm saying I'm questioning you. Why not? Why
Bro.
can't you play him twice a week?
Who?
Bro, Max Dalman. He's
Max
talking about
Dalman.
starting-
Number
saying-
one, he can't
like-
play twice a week because of school and contractual situation. That's what I learned.
Okay,
You just
fair.
compared him
That's
to
fair, but
Turkey.
put that
That's why I
aside.
went quiet.
Put that
I
aside.
did. Okay, hold on. I did, and I
What
see your
is going
comment.
on there?
I
What's
compared
going
him
on?
with Shirky, of course. The reason why I
With
compared him with
Dalman.
Shirky, why? Okay, guys, I didn't compare. I said he's their Shirky. What does Shirky do for City? Get past player, make things happen out of nothing.
Runs
What
the
does
game.
Dalman? They might not be at the same level, but
Turkey
he
runs
is
the
their
game.
Shirky. Why do people not understand when I say Dalman is their Shirky? It doesn't mean that he's the same level as Shirky. He's their
Okay.
Shirky. The same,
But put the
like this.
legalities aside, Mo. Put the legalities aside. He's got school and all of this sort of stuff. He's 16 years old. Do
Those
you think he has the
GCSEs.
ability to play twice a week at
I
this
don't
moment
know.
in time?
I don't think so. I will kill
I
him.
think so.
If-
Okay.
Why not? He's a 16-year-old kid.
Why would
Why
it
can't he
kill
play
him?
two
Why would
games?
it kill
16-year-old
him?
kid that's come off a long-term injury, Mark.
Actually,
That's the point. And now
played
you're
a lot
whacking
of
him
games.
2 days
That's
a week.
like me saying, yeah,
Well, you've got to
you know what?
manage him, though,
Lamine
bro.
Yamal shouldn't be playing every single game at the Euros.
Max Dalman is not Lamine Yamal, man, and he's not.
Oh,
He's not
I'm not
19.
saying that, but
he's
you're
16,
putting it down to
coming
his-
off a
you're putting it-
long-term injury.
He's played quite a few games already, Neil. I think that's
Comes
over.
off the bench. He
He's
started the
clearly
odd game here and
fit.
there. Yeah, but what? Okay, so now you want him for the climax of the season in the most important
They're your
game.
best players.
You want to start him.
He's
you
your
wanna
best
start-
player. at
And
this
what if he
moment in
gets
time.
injured, Mark? What if he gets injured?
Why must
Now
he
you
play
talk about
both
what
games?
he
though?
missed.
Why must he play both games? Why must he
You
play
need
them?
to play your
He
best
doesn't.
players.
That's my
You need
point.
to win.
They don't have Wayne there. They'll have to play them both. I'm sure Matt Wayne can do a job against Bournemouth.
No, against Sporting.
Oh,
We've
against
got one
Sporting.
foot in the semis
You-
anyway, right?
These
Yeah,
are
that's
at home.
different
You're
because you have
1-0
one
up, you're
foot
at
in it.
home.
But if you didn't and you were 1-0 down, you lost 1-0, I'll still play it, man.
Where has Dalman been most effective from? Starting or coming off the bench this season?
Well, that's not how it works.
Yeah, that's not how it works.
I get it. But that's but
Why are
you've
you
also got
asking
things to
that?
count.
If that's
You're-
what you get.
No. Hold on. He has been the most effective coming off the bench. So he can still be our Shirky. He can still be our Shirky, but we have to manage our version of Shirky the way we manage him best, right? You can't just go, you know what? Max Dalman's quality, forget the fact that he's 16, forget that he's had a long-term injury. Let's just whack him in 2 games a week. Just play him until
Let me
he
tell you something.
runs
Let me
into
ask
the
you
ground.
something. Let me ask you something. He's been fit. Let's say he didn't get injured. He's been fit for the last 12 to 15 games. I'm giving you a scenario, right? 16 years old right now. He hasn't been injured. He's been fit for the last 10 to 15 games. Do you think he can play 2 games to start every game until the
Then-
7 games, 8 games are done?
Don't-
Yes or no?
Don't you think that sounds a bit risky? Don't you think that
No,
sounds a bit
because
risky?
it's proven. That's like me saying, "Oh yeah, at 16 at Pele."
You're saying
Pele,
he's been
you're-
fit
You
for
can't
10
play
to
in the World
15
Cup, yeah,
games.
because you're 16.
But he's been fit 10 to 15 games, and now you're basically saying, so that's good enough. Let's just start him every week, twice a week.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah,
That's your
because
call.
he's your most informed-
I'm
he's
good
your
to
most
manage him
informed.
the
You
way.
need to play your
I
best
think
players to
Arteta's
win.
managing him. I think Arteta's managing him well enough. I don't think is there like a real question mark around it? I don't know if there is. You say this about Madueke. Madueke's played most of the season. He's played a lot this season, and I get what you're saying, but whether you like it or not, it still worked. We're still top. It's still working. It's not like, oh my God, we're the wheels have completely fallen off, and it's like, oh my God, what are we gonna do? We got to throw on Max Dalman.
Okay, fair. Agree to disagree. That's cool. I just want to know.
I mean, there are rules behind the 16-year-olds. Just looking that up, then thought there was.
I actually, I
rules
didn't know
around
this.
it.
Yeah, I didn't know this. That there are rules about the number of games you can play them.
You
Like,
only play so many games within so many hours per week.
yeah, per week
Yeah.
because of the
You're
school.
not even allowed to stay in the same accommodation. They're not allowed. They've got to have separate accommodations. You know, communal.
Yeah, I've been told this by somebody who actually said that's why Arsenal aren't allowed to play Max Dauman that many minutes, and he can't be with the camp that many
You know,
hours.
they'll even have to have a child liaison and all that at the club to deal with that sort of thing. It's really, you've got to be very careful with 16-year-olds. Because I've just checked
And
as
on
well,
that note,
they're not allowed to enter a proper
what a
proper
sentence.
contract until the 17th.
Yeah, the country, yes. Anyway, I'm gonna thank everyone that joined us. Hit that like button. We'll see you guys tomorrow. And we are out of here.